No.
How about no, indeed? Hello, all. Welcome, welcome everybody to this week's Midweek Geek. I am joined by my panel of esteemed role players. We have Bear and we have Elfbait. Good evening, chaps. How are you? How is your role playing been this last week or so?
Well, what I see, I don't know. I mean, it's a game, but I'm talking about role playing, and he's talking about the game. So I don't know. Are we talking about the game? Or are we talking about the? What's that? Voices in my head. What? Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's my role playing of a crazy mental patient with a fucking webcam.
Hello, chat. Oh, hello, Elfbait. How are you doing?
Doing all right. I don't have anything quite as scathing as Bear, but
I'm being tame.
Oh, I know. But this is me. I'm kind of lame in that department. I'm more of a publish a pamphlet kind of guy. It's a very American thing.
The cockwombles. I can hear them. They're coming.
They're coming to take you away. Ha ha.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I had no game for the second session in a row. One of my players just failed to show up. No call, and then he shows up like an hour later, and he's like, "Oh, was that today?" I'm like, "It's been the same fucking time for like 3, 4, 5 months, dude. You couldn't even go, oh, we were busy. We had company. I wasn't paying attention to my phone." Well, yeah, you probably should be when you're supposed to be here rolling dice, fucker. Yeah, and if you're not going to be, let me know.
No. As you may have noticed in chat, we aren't going to be holding back tonight. There's no real topic tonight. We're not going to just constantly harp on this one particular thing. We're just going to talk about role-playing and games, because that's what we do. We play role-playing games. And the word game is important in that term. The games we play involve role-playing, do they not?
Yes.
For example, I played, what was it? Bit of OSC last Saturday afternoon, which is a role-playing game. And OSC is not the same as OD&D. Just in case a certain person is watching, a stupid mistake you made, OSC is actually a retro clone of BX. And yes, you can role-play in that. Very much so. Then we played some MERP. Middle-earth role-playing on Saturday evening. And my players role-played, unsurprisingly, because they're playing a role-playing game.
I streamed a live Star Trek game last night, and my players role-played. In fact, one of them brought in a new character that was completely different than her previous character, and
I noticed
different to her. Different to her. She was putting her out, creating a different persona.
Oh my god!
Within the context of the game and the game world. Is that not right?
Crazy go nuts.
Oh, and then, of course, last night we played some Call of Cthulhu, which, of course, is another role-playing game. Has both. It was a good session of Call of Cthulhu last night. It was a really good session of Call of Cthulhu.
I'm glad you had fun.
And the party has just been split. 2 of them decided to not board the ghostly train. 3 of them boarded the ghostly train. And next session, 2 of them are going to be spectators. Well, the other 3 try to free themselves of the ghostly train.
What is the ghostly train, and why would you ever get on it? Because you should know by now, everything in Call of Cthulhu is designed to make you crazy.
Because this poor sod has been trapped on it, and he's there at the back screaming for help, help, help. And then one of the characters gets dragged onto it as well. The character that decides to test the train set, which they didn't examine properly, because underneath all the carriages were these Cthulhu symbols. They never found them because they didn't look for them. And as it completed a certain number of loops of the track, it summoned the ghostly train. And the person who started that train on its way got dragged onto it. 2 of his friends followed him to try and rescue him. The other 2 stayed on the platform. And you know what? We role-played it. Yes. And the other thing is, this whole fun thing as well. Did you see that fun thing? That fun thing. Fun. What the bloody hell's fun? Hold on. Nurse! 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 Where's my medication?
FTG, baby. FTG.
Yes.
You may notice FTG. Yes, FTG is an abbreviation, and every time we will not be mentioning the person by name, but you can mention him in chat, and it will cause certain things to happen on our stream. Anyway, why do we play games? Why do we play amateur sports, board games, whatever game? Why do kids play games? There's one reason: to have fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was because the universe sucked and life was oppressive and depressing. Therefore, being someone other than yourself for a few hours made life worth living.
So
clearly, I've been doing it wrong, and I'll just have fun moving forward.
So we play role-playing games to have fun.
Okay.
Not to prove we're the best role player out there, because only we know how.
FTG, baby.
And FTG, right? FTG. Anyway, how are you all in chat?
I want that
Nice
on
to
a
see.
mug.
Sean's saying it should be my first merch item on the on the Elfbait channel.
I concur.
I think so. I really think I think I have to go there. And
if anybody in chat would like to guess at what FTG is short for, you're more than welcome to have a go. There'll be no prizes, but we will just smile at the winner. So yes, there is a new command in the Nightbot now, which will cause us to do things on the stream which you might find amusing. So, what are we going to talk about this week that's not the current strife that's going on?
I have a campaign starting next week.
You do you now?
I do. I'm going to be streaming OSE, a heavily modified, as I call it, seasoned OSE, to do a kind of savage sword and sorcery campaign. Got 6 players lined up for it. We'll be running at 7 p.m. Central Time for a couple of hours every other Monday.
I quite like fit, thick grandmas.
Fit,
thick grandmas, except thick should be spelled THICC.
So, you're streaming this game, aren't you?
Yep, that's the plan. I even upgraded my StreamYards so I can fit everybody on there.
Oh,
so you'll be able to simul-stream it if you want to.
I will.
My network grows. My tentacles slither out into the internet.
I won't be awake.
Yeah, you can set it and forget it. It's kind of like a crockpot. You don't have to be on there as long as you have the link.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, but I'll probably catch up on it on. I do most of my catching up on a Thursday. Tuesday, I spend my time working on a video or something or other, preparing food for the family, and then now playing Call of Cthulhu in the evening. So I'm going to be preparing the scenario that we've got ready. And Wednesdays is a heavy work day for me. And Thursdays is no work at all in the shop. It's always a quiet day. It's bugger all. So that's when I catch up on a lot of streams.
Yeah.
And Sunday, I believe you've got something going on this Sunday, too.
This Sunday?
It's the 20th.
The 20th. It's Saturday, the 20th.
That's right. This Saturday. My apologies. This Saturday.
Yes.
There's something going on that day, too.
Well, I hope so. As long as we can get
listen, I've resolved one step down, the other stayed in. The drama is over as far as I'm concerned. We're moving forward. And I'm looking forward to seeing your take on a Palabrian night. It's going to be quite entertaining.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have to spend tomorrow night rereading the character creation and stuff.
Yes, and I gave you 2 very short documents to read. One that's just a brief history of the world, and the other that's just all the breakdowns of the nations on the island.
That's what I'll be doing tomorrow night, then. That's my job for tomorrow night.
There you go.
And maybe at work tomorrow as well.
That's fair.
So we've got frogs throw gravel.
I
Figs
like that
taste
one.
Good.
I like frogs throw gravel.
You like that one, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They do. I mean,
On purpose or just by accident when their legs kick off?
I don't know. They seem to have very little, for as good as they are at hopping, they seem to have very little control at actually hopping. You ever see frogs jump in slow motion? They just kind of like fling themselves and let fate take them at that point.
It's not like watching bumblebees fly. You know what I mean? Like there's a good reason they call them bumblebees. You know?
Yeah. Just think. I'm just looking for more suggestions.
Fatal toe grime. Wow, Kabuki.
What? Where? What? I can't see that one.
Just came up.
Come up on mine. Hasn't come up on mine.
Maybe he's coming in through another person's stream.
Oh, I see your StreamYard.
That's right.
I should be able to see it.
Kabuki Kid, sorry.
Oh, there we go. I've got it. Fatal toe grime. Yeah, that sounds pretty. Yeah.
Had a bad case of that back in '05.
Back in WW9, we had to watch out for the fatal toe grime. But
we're all old enough we can talk like turn of the century, folks. We can say
nerd
3 and stuff like that.
But you know what? I told you what I want to do for 2024, didn't I, Eli?
No.
My entire goal is to see if I can bring back the mid-Atlantic accent because my mother and father don't understand what I'm talking about half the time.
That would be awesome.
I'm going to bring that back.
Can't fake it.
All my streams like that from now on.
Mucktuck wants to know why role-playing in the title is in quotation marks.
I don't know.
There are some among us who believe that role-playing is something other than playing a role.
There are those who believe life here began out there among the
Toltecs or the Mayans.
The Mayans. The Aztecs. There may even now be tribes of man fighting to survive among the stars.
If you haven't guessed, it is intended to be somewhat trolling, somewhat poking, not our bear, but a different bear. And he's already reacted. Because I poked him again earlier.
I mean, if we are indeed trolling, then I really need to switch back to this icon.
Yeah. That is the new FTG icon for the for my Discord.
There's both of them exist because I put them both up there.
I like Lee Baker's For the Girls because that's why I do everything.
Put the nice regal FTG up there.
Good evening, Daniel. How are you doing?
Doing okay, guys. How about you?
I'm fine. Are you up to date with everything that's been going on recently?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Kind of, sort of. That's fine. Kind of, sort of is good enough. Feed the gophers we've got.
Well, I've been lurking, so.
You've been lurking. Fear the Geek, yes.
Brian James, let's start with party roles: fighter role, cleric role, magic user role, thief role, egg role, shrimp role.
Ooh, there's a Vietnamese place not far from me. Their magic user roll is pretty tasty, I gotta say.
That would be an awesome gamer themed sushi.
Eli, haven't you got an interesting role to show everybody?
What?
Okay, I swear to God.
Oh, yeah.
Hands come off, I'm out.
I do. Actually, and it doesn't involve my pants. Sorry, folks. I have the 4D roll. I had to throw it away anyways. I'm like, I'm going to make it into a prop.
Okay.
Lee.
Yeah.
Lee.
We were up to 38 people in chat and 10 people have left us. I think they've worked out what a load of nonsense this stream's going to be tonight.
Yep.
Womp womp.
Womp. Okay, here's a question we have for us. If you have an attorney go over your game's social contract, should you still have it notarized when your players actually sign it?
Depends on what state you're playing in.
I'm not a lawyer.
California role-playing contracts are much more picky than, say, like Michigan or New York or
Wow, it's to be expected.
I mean,
You
in
guys
Texas,
really-
anything goes. So
in California, they really lose themselves in the role.
yeah, of course you have to
Very
pay you have to
immersive.
pay your taxes to play into role play in California. But
That's true too. Do you have to have a license to role play in California, or do you have to be a member of a union?
no, they legalized it. They decriminalized role playing.
They decriminalized role playing. Good to hear.
All right. Okay.
The fuck did I get myself into tonight?
No.
We all know though that we really do need to decriminalize fun because it's not allowed.
No, we need to criminalize it. Make it a misdemeanor.
Yeah, but the cool thing with California, a misdemeanor, you don't even have to show up for court.
And you sound like a man with experience, DK.
Hey,
I'm in Pennsylvania. You better show up for court.
yeah. We're not here to politic.
I know.
I was gonna say a misdemeanor shouldn't be court. Fucking throw a fine at that person and be done. Don't waste my time and tax dollars.
Yeah.
So no one's actually got the FTG thing exactly right so far. One person has got one word correct. That's it. It's not frogs throw gravel. It's not none of those. And sadly, it's not fit thick grandmas. None of those.
Was it fatal toe grime?
No, it's not fatal toe grime either. No, it's none of those. But yeah, fun is allowed, but only if you do it the right way.
And the right way is the hard way.
Absolutely. Yes, you must
That's
role
what
play
she
the
said.
hard way. Because you're not likely to you're not likely to have fun that way. And having fun is illegal. Faked. Okay, Halakar.
Yeah, Alakar got it.
Halakar got it. Yeah.
Yep. That was
It is indeed.
That was
It
me
is.
for a good chunk of my responses last night on your channel, man. I was like reading over that thing. I'm like, I think I blew out my F-bomb quota for the month.
I got a few I can spare if you need any. Let me know.
So what you're saying is you have plenty of fucks to give.
I have no fucks to give, but for you.
Then you just lied.
For you.
Flatulence tops
Hey,
gargling.
hey, the rules of acquisition apply. For you, we can always make a deal.
All right, so I'm just going to test this out again. Shall we just see if this works? Look at all these stupid people talking. I haven't even heard them use the word role play yet, and they're 2 minutes into the video. None of them have said role play. Why have none of them said role play? They're not role playing. They're not role playing. Nurse, yes, I've taken my meds now. I don't feel like murdering anybody. At least not yet.
How can you have a pudding if you don't eat your meat?
Yes, there we go. There we go. So if you want to engage that that little thing from time to time, you will see if you type in exclamation mark and then the name of our resident cockwomble, who he's had me banned he's had me blocked on YouTube for a long time because he is a cockwomble, and if you say anything that he disagrees with, he blocks you.
Oh yeah,
Because that's the way you engage with people. That's the way you
that's-
engage with people.
It applies to his comment section on his videos. In fact, you go through there and it's nothing but yes men and an awfully blank comment section for as many followers as he has. You go look at his book listing on drive-through, pretty much all positives, and then an oddly high number of reported and blocked reviews.
So can I add something to this just for a quick moment, like a moment of levity or seriousness in all this levity?
Yes.
For those of you who think we're being mean or we're letting him live rent free in our heads or we're being petty, understand that this man has thousands of videos shitting on everybody who does role-playing material on YouTube because they're not him. This is not petty. This is retribution. And clearly, if anyone deserves it, it's the cockwomble.
He will be forever known as the cockwomble from now on. And everybody in chat, if you are in communication with this guy, please let him know, because that is what he is.
So in a chat stream the other day or something, some commenting, someone mistyped follower of his name, and they'd written flower of his name. So I'm adding this as a cursed plant to my campaign setting, the flower of, and it's basically this frustrated bard who created a spell that was trying to show people how to be better bards, and instead it just killed him and caused these flowers to grow on the bodies of dead bards. And they can be used to make hallucinogens where you hear voices.
Cute. I like that. Actually, I like adding stuff like that to my games.
Yeah.
Flying tusk giraffe. Nerds Nerd does not care what the actual definition is. Nerds Nerd's just free associating over there.
Seriously, have fun with it.
Snowdog, his name is after this exclamation mark. I won't be using it at all on this stream. As far as I'm concerned, he is the cockwomble.
The cockwomble. Jesus, I was drinking coffee when you said that in the video, and I had to go because I almost brought it out my nose.
Yeah, I'm just watching it, going, okay, cool. Where are we going with this? And then whomp. I'm like, whoa. You know, stuffed pepper doesn't like to come out your nose.
Yeah, it does not. John,
So-
my hat's off to you. If I had a hat, I'd take it off, because you chose violence in the most creative way possible.
Yeah, and I knew he'd come straight back at me and make an absolute fool of himself in doing so, because he just doesn't get the point. He just doesn't get the point. We're playing role-playing games. The game is a really important part of it. In order to play a role-playing game, you roll dice. You engage with rules. You engage with mechanics.
Yeah, I
It's all
mean,
part of the game.
what he's really describing in all of his stuff is just improv sessions.
Yeah.
And if anyone's watched
Collaborative
one of his,
storytelling.
if anyone's watched any of his improv sessions, they're not very good.
But
they
his
are a
dynamic is
free.
toast.
They are a free lullaby service for your toddler if your toddler is not sleeping well at night.
Jesus, I've been suffering from insomnia for a while. Maybe I should throw some of those on.
Oh yeah, you'd be gone in seconds.
Spent 2+ hours reaming my 30-minute video, and I got 7 to 10 new subscribers out of the deal. There you go.
I've gained 3 today, ever since he ripped one of ours apart. It was an old one of ours 8 months ago. Yeah, ripped it apart. He said nothing of any use at all. Missed the point that we're talking about games. And there you go. And just takes, what he does is he picks little snippets, takes them out of context, ignores any of the anything he might agree with, and then rambles for 20 minutes about maybe one word that he considers to be out of place.
He, Brian, getting with ADHD, took him to task because he reviewed our first ever episode of Star Trek Sojourner, the Session Zero, and he just did his scrubbing thing where he scrubs through and then come on and say something, scrub through and say, and everything he said that he was being negative about, Brian's like, motherfucker, you just scrolled over the part where we dealt with that fucking thing. Like, what's wrong with you? And it's like, yeah, I know exactly. This is the issue.
That's what he does. That's what he does. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then he'll, like we were saying before the stream started, he'll pick apart everything: the blinds, the color of your shirt, the fact that you aren't looking at the camera when you're on stream, your chirpy smoke detector or whatever, anything and everything that has little or fuck all to do with the topic of gaming.
No, Brian, I'm paraphrasing. I know you didn't swear them, but you're a good Mormon boy. I'm not.
I mean,
as the Math podcast has labeled me, the most vulgar Canadian they've ever met. So,
I mean, in the latest one he's done, reacting to my reaction to him, He goes, "Oh, what's he doing now? Is he reading this from rule books? Is he reading this from rule books?" No, because on my desk I had some notes just to remind me to keep me on track as I was talking. Because you do that when you make videos, when you record something and you don't want to go you keep some notes to keep you on track. So all I was doing was glancing down at my notes. That's the next point. That's the next point. There you go.
Hey, Squirrel.
If he had any
Bob
brain,
Newhart
he'd have
was
known
a
that.
talented person. Bob Newhart was talented as fuck. Cockwomble is not talented.
No, he has no talent whatsoever.
When he was doing his response to your video, he said something about like he kept muttering on about like, well, is that in the book? I don't remember it saying anywhere in the book that I'm like, and fucker, what book?
What book?
The book. The book.
I know.
Do you not have
shit out of
the
me.
book, sir? Have you not read The Truth and the Light of the Hard Way?
I feel like I'm gonna have a knock at my door, and there's gonna be some of his crew there.
Hello, yes, we're here. We would like the door is very strange. I don't know what this wood's all about, but I mean, that's an interesting shirt choice. Do you live in your basement? Would you read the book, please? Like, yeah.
I imagine his evangelizing would be like, and so the potential convert let me into his house. He's like going to be improvising the role playing and just like walking into my house.
For a brief moment in time, he was quite amusing when he got hold of some Wizards of the Coast videos and things like that. It was quite funny watching a doddery old man reacting to the way D&D is done by Wizards of the Coast nowadays. Those were mildly amusing, but I'm afraid in recent times he appears to have gone insane.
May I address Kabuki Kid? Sounds like you guys shouldn't let this guy bother you so much. Just ignore him. Listen, I understand that, but as I said earlier, this is a man who has made his entire career of late going around shitting on people who are just trying to have fun. Ignoring him is an option. Sticking our cocks down his throat is also another option. I choose violence because I have always been and always will be a punch thrower in a room full of middle fingers. What? I'm vulgar. What? Oh, I'm sorry. My cockwomble. How about that? Would that be better?
Yeah, that's his name from now on, Cockwomble. I think that was good. That'd be quite good. That'd be quite good. We have got some new people in chat tonight. I haven't seen a lot of in chat before, so welcome to this stream. We normally do these sort of structured streams where
if this is your first stream, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do apologize. Yeah.
Don usually does much better material and has Saxius around to keep him in line.
Yeah. We normally have a Saxius here to structure things and to keep us on topic. But we have no Saxius tonight. I haven't heard from Saxius today. But we often have a Sean as well. He's not here tonight either. He might be on a bit later. He's busy at the moment, herding cats, quite literally. And this is the thing with the issue we've got with him. For us, it's water off a duck's back. But the problem is, if people do see an old git like him spouting the nonsense he does, then not only does it make old gits like us, it reinforces a stereotype about old gits like us, because people will think we're like him. And they'll listen to his nonsense, maybe watch his role playing, and think, "This is crap. This is crap." So
yeah,
I just don't like people picking on my friends. That's what it's all about for me. He went after Cody. He's gone after John.
It's gone after you.
Fuck him. I'll slap the taste out of his fucking mouth.
You don't care. I care, though.
Okay, there you go. You care. But this thing is, my friends are my people. You know, they're the people I protect in this world. They're the people I care about in this world. So when some fucking doddering late era boomer is sitting there talking shit about them, I care. It's the way I am. But, you know.
He's very dismissive, and that's the thing that really annoys me. So, like, commentary when he was watching I don't know if any of you caught the streams that Cody's been in with the werewolf game that he's been in with 40 guys or whatever.
But yeah.
So the way they talk when they're critiquing, because they did like an after action and stuff like that, and it goes beyond he who shall not be named.
Rumble.
Yeah,
Rumble.
but it's this condescending tone where, oh look, he's almost got it. He's yeah, I see, he's right there. Cody's a damn good role player, one of the best I've
Cody's
seen.
one of the best I've ever played with
Exactly.
in my life.
Cody is I mean, not only is he good at what he does, he puts himself into it. I mean, I've tried to chat with him online. He's like, I'm just working on my character for next week's stream. I'm like, working on your character? Is somebody paying you? Like, and when he means working on his character, he's like doing his voices and like practicing your turn of phrase and all of that. I mean, I do that on the fly, but yeah, it's just, and if you watch any of his content, it's literally that. It's just him. Oh, he had a moment there, like, okay, Dr. Cockwomble, fucking, where's your PhD from?
Watch any of the Star Trek Sojourner games on TSRPG, and you will see Cody literally make games better through his character doing absolutely in character chaotic things that require the universe to then respond to him. And it's really fucking amazing. And it drives the entertainment value for anyone watching the game or anyone playing the fucking game. But to sit around and just no. Yeah. If you can do better, do better. But you know what the thing is? And this is the thing that matters more than anything else. I learned this in the film industry. I learned this working in very, very strange fields. People who are really good, I mean, really good, tend to be very humble about it or very patient with things. People who think they're really good, but clearly are insecure about their ability, talk shit about everybody else. Mm-hmm. So guess which one Cockwomble is.
Well, I'd say he has got some of his role-playing stuff out there for us to see. And to be honest, for him to lay into Cody is utterly hypocritical, because Cockwomble is shit. Simple as that.
And look, listen, Black Lodge Game says it's Cockwomble derangement syndrome. Fine, man. That's how you feel. It's how you feel.
Cockwomble's here. Welcome to the stream, Cockwomble. Nice to see you.
There we go.
Nice
it wasn't Black Lodge who said it. It was Cockwomble who said it. My apologies. My apologies, Black Lodge Games, for making it, even associating with anything that comes out of that fucking idiot's mouth. My apologies.
We summoned him. But the thing is, one of the words I used to describe him at the end of that video was narcissist.
No.
That's why he's here.
No.
Hates being talked about. He loves being talked about, but hates it really.
We ran out of talent. Oh, well. Eli, we want to join me in a self-exit from the world? We're out of talent. We have no more purpose to live anymore.
I'm just going to reiterate.
Well said, sir.
Right.
Well said.
I'm going to speak plainly because that is my style. I'm not funny or mean-spirited like some of the rest of the crew here. We all know that. I'm just going to flat out say, dude, fucking bring it. If you think we're out of talent and you think that we suck so fucking bad, demonstrate, represent, build up, grow, promote. Stop fucking around. Stop tearing down. Stop ripping people apart. Show us what you got.
Hey, John, are you the mean-spirited one or the funny one, or am I the mean-spirited one or the funny one?
I thought you were both of those, because I'm neither mean-spirited nor.
Oh, so it's just me. Okay, well, there you go. Thank God.
I say it with all endearment.
I know. And we all know John's the mean-spirited one. He's British. They were born being mean-spirited.
Well, no. I'm the funny one. We invented humor.
Yeah. Monty Python, Blackadder.
I'm going to also say we also invented the language that most of you speak. And Cockwomble, funner is not a word. Don't know what dictionary you got that out of.
Was it in the book?
I don't know. Was it in the book? Haven't got a clue.
And you said you're not funny, Eli. Please.
I was a student of British humor. It's subtle and kind of.
Okay, not to diverge the point. I grew up in a French and English culture, so on the one hand, all of my humor was super witty, cutting fucking shit, and on the other hand, it was falling down fart and poop jokes. It's like
So
very
it's farting
difficult.
down poop jokes with the pinky up.
Exactly.
But for most people, the falling down fart poop jokes are the funny ones, aren't they? I mean, they're the ones that get the most laughs.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, because they're funny. And we're good at them.
Damn, look at Chevy Chase's career. It's all pratfalls and physical humor.
Yeah, not an ounce of wit.
We've got both in British humour, though, to be honest. We've got both.
I mean, Chevy Chase could probably time travel and be quite well at home in a vaudeville.
You know, but you got to give the British. He's right, because the British do have both. Because you have Mr. Bean, which is witty physical humor.
Mr. Bean is awesome.
The difference, I think, is that there is the witty there. You know, like you said, it's not just Chris Farley. Oh God, which is funny, but it's funny, not funny.
Yeah, but also don't forget, Chris Farley also gave us. Remember when you were in the Beatles? That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
one of the funniest things ever in the history of TV, man.
And I will forever carried down in a van down by the river with me. Because we all went to high school in the 80s, at least those of us on the panel here, and we had to sit through like how many thousands of those guys?
Yeah.
I remember watching some fucking musclehead inflating a hot water bottle with his lungs like a balloon, and somehow this is supposed to be like motivating self-helpery for a bunch of high schoolers. We're like, most of us are sitting there. It would be really awesome if he lost control and all of that air under so much pressure just went right back into his lungs.
The Saxiest award for tonight goes to Elfbait, who was able to keep it on topic, because nothing gets the message across more than some out-of-touch old person telling you're doing things wrong.
Well, most of us back in high school couldn't have done that because our lungs were shot from getting stoned.
Yeah, but you were in the 70s, man. You went to high school in the 70s, didn't you, D? You watched Dazed and Confused and thought it was you and your buddies hanging out. You're like, oh, did this happen in my high? What's going on?
I was a very pathetically boring teenager.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was too busy working to do all that shit.
I didn't do or try anything. Literally, like nothing.
Honestly, well, I can't say it.
Well, that's not true. I did get drunk for the very first time when I was 12 at an SCA event, like blackout drunk, and then didn't drink again until I was 24.
So I grew up in the country, right? Small town, 2,000 people, that type of thing. And, you know, bonfires and drinking and fighting and fucking is all we did. And that was fun on the weekend. And then I moved to the city to go to high school, and I discovered D&D and role-playing with my friends that I made. And every time I'd go home for the holidays or for the summer, I'd be bored out of my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Was that role-playing, Bear? You discovered role-playing?
We were stupid teenagers, so yes. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to read the book.
Question.
You have to read the book. Yeah. To define what role-playing is.
Yeah. That thing I did professionally for 20 fucking years and made really, really ridiculous amounts of money doing. Yeah, that thing. I need a 40-page book with large print text to tell me how to role play.
Sold on Drive-Thru RPG.
Yeah. Because remember, actors, we don't know how to role play. In case you're wondering, we have no clue what role playing is. We're fucking morons.
There is a difference between acting and role playing, though, isn't there?
Absolutely, there is.
Acting, you have a script, you have a defined personality.
Not always.
Somebody. Usually, you have a defined personality that someone else has chosen for you.
Says nobody who's ever worked with Robin Williams.
Generally, and it is a word that some people don't like in our area of the gaming fraternity. Agency. When you're role playing, you have considerably more agency than typically you do when you're acting.
I'm
it's
not going to argue. I'm not going to argue.
In terms of storyline and what your character does.
Sure, but at the same time, as an actor, you get to choose your character. You get to choose their behavior. Yeah, you'll get guidance from the director if they're an acting director. If they're not an acting director, as long as you're hitting your marks and not fumbling your fucking lines, they do not care what you sound like because they're technical directors and they just want to get you onto the spot, right? And get their shots and get their day done. But acting directors will guide you and give you insights that you can then make better choices as an actor. But improv is a thing. And the best actors are also the best improv people. Hence Robin Williams. Robin Williams was a master of improv. And most of the people you'll see in comedy as actors tend to be very good at improv because it just creates a different part of your brain. And I will say this, role-playing made me a better actor. Absolutely. Because I got to practice. I got to play characters I would never be cast for. And as a result, be able to develop those characters, make voices, come up with ideas in my head that later when I'd go to an audition or something like that, I could bring that up and use that as a technique in front of them and sometimes impress the shit out of them and get the work, you know?
Role-playing made me a better person in general because it helped me get through life.
Take the piss out of each other as well as pat each other on the back.
I'm sorry, what?
We do discuss points. Mobius says this is what's wrong with panel channels. All we do is pat each other on the back. No, we take the piss out of each other as well. The thing is, we accept that we play the game. We play the game differently.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I run a game very differently to the way Bear runs a game, and I'm sure the people in chat won't say we are running a game this weekend. If you'd like to come and watch, Bear is running it, and I'm sure if you play in one of my games that I run, I haven't yet got one streamed online because unfortunately my time zone makes that quite difficult. It runs very differently to what I expect Bears to run like. I think Bear, you're more story. For me, it depends which game I'm playing. Very much depends which game I'm playing.
Yeah, I'm going to speak to the whole comment here about, panels and all of that, that was made. To anybody who thinks that we're taking cheap shots, let me frame it this way. If somebody's driving by your house and taking shots at your house and your friends, your cat, your dog, your livestock, whatever, and you can't catch them, you can't do anything about it, you finally get, but you get an opportunity to do so, we're not taking a revenge, we're just returning fire.
And you defend your friends as well.
Yes. And for that guy's comment about panels are just patting each other on the back, if you don't like it, don't watch. No one's forcing you to pay attention. You can fuck off onto YouTube and watch a million other things. You can watch people treating each other like shit and being cunts. There's tons of that negative shit.
It's also a clear dismissal of the overall body of work through the panels on this channel.
Yeah,
where we have argued. I mean, Bear and I have argued.
Oh yeah,
it's not
Keep
always.
On the Borderlands was a hot one.
But beyond that, I mean, we don't always agree. We have different angles on things. Mm-hmm. Sure, we're unified in this, and this is also not a serious fucking panel.
No,
this is taking a piss. To use the vernacular from across the pond, and occasionally over the border up north.
And yes, if you hadn't guessed, yes, it is very much taking the piss.
One can only get shit on so many times before one decides to wipe a little bit of that shit and try and fling it back.
Absolutely. Omanal. Join us, Omanal, so you and Elfbait can go off on one again. Yeah.
Him and I agree more often than not anymore. I think we fought it out and kind of realized that we're both on the same point.
Yeah, but what's more fun is that Omanal just talks endlessly and we all just watch him talk for 20 minutes. That's my favorite part. See, Barb's throne.
Yep. Yeah. But
Daniel, what is role playing, Daniel? Please tell us in your opinion, what is role playing?
To me, it is. I don't mean to sound weird, but it's actually for however many hours forgetting about your responsibilities as an adult getting kind of out of mind and getting into a different character. Did I
Agreed.
explain that well enough?
Very well.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's
go ahead. Sorry.
it's a timeout from life.
Yeah. I literally have been dealing with a pretty shitty fucking year in 2023. Things were not going well. Channel was going well, but everything else was kind of fucking shit. And thanks to Cody and just a one night bouncing dice on fucking Palladium Fantasy on my channel, I broke through and felt better about the universe because of just having good old fashioned fucking fun.
Yeah.
Playing to me is escapism.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
escapism.
My
that's-
wife and kids understand it. They know whenever I'm on the computer with you guys, they leave me alone. Yeah, I have to do Kelsey on Friday nights because I'm cooking dinner. But other than that, yeah, they leave me alone and they let me get my time out. And that's what it is. It's a timeout from life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having fun there, John? I see you doing all your little exclamation point commands. Like
Yeah,
a madman.
I'm playing with all the Nightbot things for all the ones who are currently here with us. I have got some new ones. I mean, your mohawk's grown out a little bit more, hasn't it, Elf?
I've
That
been
mohawk
lazy.
one-
It's been cold too. I don't want half my head naked right now. It was negative 12 the other day.
No.
I am from the Pacific Northwest, motherfucker. If it gets that cold, something's really wrong.
And you know what?
perhaps.
You see, the Pacific Northwest has had like a half foot of snow.
Yep, it always happens when I'm not there.
Yeah,
One year where I took a bus trip from Seattle to Maine, it didn't snow a flake while I was in Maine. There's plenty of snow there for a month. And I come back and we had a record-breaking snowfall back in my hometown that sunk a marina because so much snow accumulated on top of the awnings over the marina. There was like millions of dollars of boat damage.
My friends from Vancouver are sending me pictures going, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "You don't want to see what's outside my window."
Well, it's like I was watching the oh my God, I can't remember his channel. Superbeard. He was like, and he's like, wherever he's does his show for his wherever he lives. It was like negative 30.
Yeah, when I went to work this morning, the wind chill was negative 16. And I have to walk a lot outside. It sucks.
Yeah. No, the mohawk comes and goes depending on how
I had the mohawk.
much I want to do.
So Squirrel,
I was just looking at Elfbat. You mispronounced the command, and I'm like, I am Elfbat.
That's
Where's the role playing?
That's because my keyboard is quite a long way.
Where's
away
the
from me.
fun? Tell me.
My keyboard has got is a wireless one, and it's a little bit too far away from the wireless receiver, and it drops letters from time to time. I have to be very careful. I need to get it all rearranged, but hey ho, that's what we're going to put up with. Squirrel, I'd like to think that ours isn't an echo chamber all the time because we've got some very different people on here. But very much one thing we do agree with each other on is the fact that we enjoy our gaming. We enjoy playing role-playing games. There's that word again. Role-playing together with game, because that's what we play. Role-playing games to have fun. In case you're still here, Cockwomble.
Fun is wrong.
Fun's so wrong. But we play different games. We run different styles of games.
You know,
We enjoy different games. For example, Bear is a big fan of sci-fi. You all know my opinion on sci-fi.
no.
We had a whole stream. We had a whole 3-hour stream trying to persuade me to like some form of sci-fi or another. And
They're doing that to me tonight on TS RPG. They're going to try and convince me to like BattleTech.
BattleTech can be super fun when you're
Yeah. Save it for that stream. Show up and put your money where your mouth is, pal.
No.
But the key is to debate things and discuss things respectfully and try and make a point. And a lot of the points we make, we do agree with because we've got similar levels of experience. And these are things you learn through experience of playing games. Playing games, having fun for quite a long time.
Playing games
all
while
old
taking on a
bastards.
role.
Yes. All old bastards on this channel.
It was
And we
my
embrace
idea,
the old
Brian, 'cause
bastardness.
It was my idea, Brian, because I thought you might enjoy it. What, Leonard? Where are you? That it's -28. I'm curious.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
really
no,
is
text
brutal.
is super busy, KB. We don't get to just summon the, illuminate the text signal, and he shows up with that voice. Dear God, you guys know Black Pants Legion
No.
text? It's like the premier best BattleTech. Timmons, that makes sense. The best BattleTech channel on YouTube. But man, Tex's voice, dear God, he makes Cody sound like a little girl and me sound like a fucking elf bat, Like, it's insane.
Kubiki Kid's already beaten me to it. I was gonna chime in with Weebles Wobble, but they don't fall down. Yes, we have that advert over here.
Yeah, we had it in Canada too.
Yes, we have it over here. I remember Weebles in the 70s. Marvelous. But Cockwomble, make you think of a Weeble. So,
Weebles make good projectiles when you're an angry child.
yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah.
We had one of those arm guard rubber band slingshots. Oh, I used to fucking launch Weebles with that fucking thing, man.
Pretty sure I jettisoned at least 1 or 2 Weebles across the daycare as a child.
The worst thing is being a parent and the kid has Legos.
Because
stepping on them, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Matchbox cars are almost as bad, but Legos are the worst.
I'm a gamer. D4s.
Yeah.
Oh,
I also grew up on a farm, so barbed wire is a thing.
Yeah.
Elf, I've heard you say the word Legos before. And I know all the people in America say a Lego and multiple Legos. Over here, Lego is the collective term.
Yeah.
That is the plural.
I understand that. It's just I grew up with Legos as in plural.
Yeah.
So it's stuck there. Just like you can have some PhD that still says axe instead of ask.
Yeah.
Because it's never going to come out.
So, squirrel. Cheers, squirrel. You're a good man. How are you doing? How's work? How's work treating you? Mark's Genre Mixer.
People,
Mark's Genre Mixer. Is that name there specifically to set me off? Is that...
Well, I have my 2-hyphen rule. When you're doing up mashups, if it goes beyond 2 hyphens, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I wonder why I blocked you, 8 Mobius 8. Maybe it's the fact that you talk shit about me and other channels and comments. Weird that I would not want to fucking deal with you. Strange. But I get to see you here in the StreamYard chat, so at least I have that to look forward to. Yeah. Get a fucking hobby, man.
I don't block. Simple as that.
Yeah, you're better than me. I admit it.
I'm British, I know.
Oh my god!
We fought a war.
But no, the only people who've been blocked on my channel are people who've tried to drag me into the culture war, and people who post porn links or bots, porn bots. That's all of it. That's all of it. That's it. Because I don't want to be involved in the politics, and I don't want porn bots. So simple as that. But no, discussion. I'm open to discussion with anybody. It doesn't matter what your general opinions are, as long as you're respectful. You can come on the stream.
There's the word, John.
Yeah.
Respectful. There's enough people that aren't, and those are the people I block. I don't block people who disagree with me. People who disagree with me are entertaining because you can have a conversation. Sometimes you might change your mind about something, which is really interesting. But people who are just insulting and rude and dismissive, fuck them. I got better things to do with my time than listen to their bullshit. They can go get their therapy fixed somewhere else. I'm not going to be their fucking Huckleberry.
But the thing is, a lot of people, there's a few examples. One particular person who has me blocked, I would say 75% of the time he was on my stream, especially on a Friday night, he was funny, he was constructive, he was getting involved. It's just that 25% when all he wants to do is poke people and wind people up.
I can guess who that is, and I bet I have them blocked as well.
I haven't got him blocked.
I do.
No, he's blocked me though.
Oh well.
Ever since you ranted on one of my midweek streams.
Sorry.
So no, I don't. I'm not a blocker. I'm open to criticism. I'm open to people chatting shit about me as long as they are happy to allow me to talk back. And one thing that Cockwomble doesn't tend to do is let people talk back, because he blocks comments and he deletes comments, and that's an issue.
You want to talk echo chamber?
Yeah, he just wants his own echo chamber.
No,
I have a term for somebody like that, but I won't say it.
Oh no, please say it.
Sounds like a little cunt to me.
Ah, delicious.
Just if anyone ever wanted to know, I gave up ever trying to monetize my Wednesday night streams because of various wranglings with YouTube. Well, ever since Saxius used the phrase, and this is where you play your trump card, and I had this stream taken down for politics.
Insane.
And I protested it. So they flagged my channel and said that I was misrepresenting my videos by saying there was no politics and stuff in there.
I guarantee you there was barely a human involved in any of that, though.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's all
ridiculous.
algorithm and
Absolutely
AI and
ridiculous. Yeah, that's what I put it on YouTube. So I don't bother even attempting to click on. So you can swear as much as you want. It's after 9 o'clock. I used to try and keep my channel fairly sweary free, but then we had Gingerbeard on a few times, and he just effed and blinded his way through a few videos, and it was like, okay, there we go. Gingerbeard's got me demonetized again.
Nice.
To be honest, I don't care.
No, just to drive the point home, it is true. We can take the piss out of each other. We can even argue with each other. But at the end of the day, if we're just trying to insult each other or judge each other, we're not contributing to conversation.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest crime for me.
Yeah.
Now, those who disagree with me have, again, labeled me control freak, narcissist, mental health problem, things like that. But I've also noticed that these people who are labeling me are the people that tend to be the most polarizing in any social scene I've seen them in, you know? Take care, KB. Always nice to see you, bro.
But and I've said this many, many times, and I'm going to say it now. More than half of us old bastards who play this game these days will be put on a certain spectrum.
Yeah.
Because we do have sort of social issues from time to time. We say things awkwardly. We maybe have concentration issues or issues with authority, that sort of thing. And I've noticed that a lot of the older guys I see who take the piss out of that sort of thing actually display more of those traits than those of us who are honest about it.
Fair.
So yeah, when I actually say to some people, it might be a good idea to get some help, I'm only half being insulted.
Yeah,
because it does help.
Yep.
It does help. I got to the age of 46 before I was diagnosed with anything, and I'd hidden it for years and years and years and years and years, and now I just embrace it. It's just part of me. It's why one of the reasons I like this hobby. One of the reasons why I can devote myself into this hobby. One of the reasons I'm doing this now, talking to strange people on the internet. One of the reasons I've connected with a lot of the people in my chat and a lot of you guys. It's because I've got an idea of how our brains work. Because being slightly autistic, the first thing I found out first thing I did when I found out I was slightly autistic was to look up autism and everything about it. And you know what that helps with? It helps with diagnosing other people with those sort of traits. And there's a lot of traits. And to actually be on the spectrum, you have to have a number of them. But there are certain other little bits and pieces. I see in my kids. Neither of them are diagnosed with anything. But my lad has got a few concentration issues. He drifts off from time to time. My daughter is extremely willful, extremely committed, extremely determined, and obsessively so. And those are all little things. These are little things I get from me. But, hey ho.
Yeah, and both my kids are on the spectrum. And then I know I am ADHD as all hell, and ever since I became aware of what that was, and looked into it, it's a lot easier for me to understand what the hell's going on, and to realize when I might be annoying the shit out of my wife and other people. Like, oh, I just went on the 8th tangent trying to talk to you and say goodbye in the morning as you're trying to go out the door to go to work. I should probably stop.
I work in a shop, and there've been a lot of times I've been talking a customer's head off when the poor sod just wants to leave the shop.
Yeah.
And I'm there going, yeah. And the poor sod just wants to leave. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm doing it again, aren't I?
I also have serious social anxiety issues, as well as just a general anxiety issue, and so and it manifests in very weird ways. Like, most people who know me, who meet me in person, will know everything there is to know about me within 15 minutes, because I will just gush it all out. My wife calls it verbal squid ink. I'm just going to put out this big cloud of words and information about me, and if you're still there when it clears, I guess you're one of the keepers.
Absolutely. And Michael, you're right. Yeah, we are all bags of trauma and psychosis. Absolutely. Yeah. But we are conditioned by our own experiences, and some of our experiences have been odd. Some have been particularly normal. I mean, one of these days I will talk about some of my university experiences, sort of things that my fear, my lack of danger sense, and my inability to cope with authority. Some of the things that happened to me when I was at university. There were some fun times, some very fun times.
So I took the test, and I'm not.
Right.
So happy to learn that, but I'm also OCD as fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I have insane OCDs, and some of them are PTSDs. They're things I picked up from traumas I experienced either as a child or as an adult. I'm okay with that. Like, it doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me, a monster or anything like that. It just means I'm a certain way. But I had a friend who took the test and found out that they had, I can't remember, it was 4 or 5 of the markers or something, and they were like, fuck, I am. And it's like, okay, but you're functional. What's the issue? You know? I think we stigmatize mental health way too much in Western culture.
Absolutely.
And I think now what's happened with the TikTok generation is we're seeing it fetishized now, and that's a really creepy thing to see. I think ultimately we need to not do either of those things, and maybe just find help for people who need it and want it.
And make it available. I'm going to add that here, being in the States.
Yeah. Oh no, Canada's just as bad.
Even with my massive benefits, it's still hard for me to get anything ongoing.
Yeah.
Most importantly, and something we did naturally before we knew what these sort of things were back in the 80s, find like-minded people.
Yeah. And that's why you became a gamer.
Or just treat it like, okay, so someone once asked me, what is a healthy relationship in reference to a romantic one? And I gave a definition that I think applies to friendship as well, which is everybody has baggage. Find someone whose baggage you're willing to help them carry, and they're willing to help carry yours, and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? So you can have friends who are very different in their mental process, but as long as you're all willing to be with each other, chill with each other, and help each other, you're going to be okay, and you'll all get along well. But when you have people who choose hate as their method of communication, or negativity, or derisiveness, or putting people down all the time, and that's the only way they know, and there's no humor in it, it's just mean-spirited, that's not good. That person is dealing with shit. They're dealing with something that they haven't brought to the surface yet, or they're not aware that is programming them to act this way, and they would benefit from therapy, and they would benefit from learning what it is that caused them to behave this way. There is no bully on this planet who was born a bully and just from the minute they were like, fuck that guy. They learned that behavior, they absorbed that behavior, and they were taught that behavior. And the good news is they can unlearn it as well. So any negative social behavior you have, unless you're suffering from brain damage or chemical imbalances, you can learn not to be a prick. You can learn not to be an asshole, But sadly, internet culture celebrates it. The bigger an asshole you are, there are people out there who will celebrate you for it and will give you attention and will cheer you on. That's really unhealthy, because you're just making your life more miserable. And at some point, that's all going to crumble in, and you're going to be all alone, miserable, bitter, old man, old woman sitting on your porch yelling at the kids.
And the biggest internet thing I see about that is the success of the grief pranksters, who they have got millions of followers.
Yeah,
playing jokes on people. They just run up to someone's face, shout something, run up to a random person, shout, "I'm going to kill you," in their face, and then run off and just film their response.
Oh, it's worse. There's even the ones running up and punching people now.
The punch game. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
We had a guy in, I forget what state, but there's one of them in the U.S. who does shit like that. And it's not only one person. It's this guy that's like 6'2", 220 pounds. Then he has his little buddy beside him and the cameraman. And he'll go up and put the camera in somebody's face and just...
Is that the guy who got shot in a takeaway?
Yeah, so he got shot.
Yeah, a guy pulled out a gun and shot him.
Yeah. Well,
because he thought he was being attacked.
Yeah. Well, he was outnumbered 3-1. And he was outsized. So, yeah, he shot the dude. And I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not for shooting people, but in that situation, I would use my my training.
Yeah. Well, I would have retaliated myself. I don't think I would have shot the guy, but there would have been fisticuffs at least. But
yeah, well, you're Gen X, and we literally are the fuck around and find out generation. Right? Like that is who we were. I mean, I saw a great meme today that I had to share, which was Gen X, the only generation that was 30 at age 10 and still 30 at age 50. It's just we matured fast, and we never grew beyond that point. It was the survival point. We figured out. We went, this is how I survive, and we stuck with it our entire lives.
Yep,
it's not been a bad thing. Ultimately.
We didn't want to become like the adults in our lives either, so we kind of
Correct.
stayed. We try to keep ourselves a little younger.
Yeah. I always tell my kids that. I'm like, don't make me be my stepfather.
I mean,
they know. Then they know to shut the hell up and go do what I say.
I mean, thankfully, I've never really had to put mine into any sort of knowledge, into any sort of action. But if you want to look at what I've got programmed in my head for if anything ever would happen, I suggest you look up Tayatoshi transitioning into Juji Gatami or Hidaka Jujimi.
I love that anime. It's a great manga series too.
Wow.
No,
that's racist.
No, it's not.
Right, we have our shed dweller joining us. Hello, shed dweller.
Hello, everybody.
You piece of shit.
Wow.
Hello, resident stoner. How are you?
Yalla, Habibi.
I was going to say, John, your voice that you did yesterday for that Call of Cthulhu character, the guy who bought the model train, that was so funny.
What, you mean that really bad learn?
Oh, yeah, I bought the model train. Yeah, it's really fun. That one.
my nerd with a lisp and a roticism voice. It's not too difficult because I'm a nerd and I've got a roticism. I just need to add the lisp. That's all I need to do.
Yeah, I really like the model train. Why do you want to see it? I've always wanted to go on the Orient Express.
Why?
They went to the London Train Spotters Association and this was the first guy they met.
Blah.
I thought my Constance Atkins was quite good as well. I thought she was quite good.
Oh, it didn't make me laugh as much as that one did, though.
Well, no. That train guy was creepy. Well, hopefully he was. It was Call of Cthulhu. He wasn't meant to be a creepy one. No, he's just a train spotter.
I can't believe Iman doesn't want to play in our Palladium Fantasy
So
game.
three out of the 5 of us. Sorry.
You can't believe Iman doesn't want to play in the Palladium Fantasy game.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Doesn't he want to?
Apparently not. He's gone dead silent.
What? No, I'm down for that. Just tell me how.
Too late. No, well, c'est la vie.
I'm there.
So sad, Iman. So sad.
You not hear me?
We can't hear you. Yes, he's
I tried this guy.
Oh dear.
Too sad. I don't know. It is what it is.
But yeah, yes. So to anyone who's watching it, certain people are watching it. Yes, we were role playing last night, weren't we, Iman? And I was role playing and doing voices and putting life into NPCs.
Yes. Call of Cthulhu. Old cock.
Anyhow.
You guys role play? What's that like?
I don't know. Apparently, I don't do it.
It's not in the book.
Yeah.
Hey, I was having a conversation with, I believe it was Wayne yesterday, who was telling me about this guy who basically just talks shit about your live streams and rips into the way that you DM and stuff. Sconner or something.
Sconner. Sconner in Britain was always a colloquialism for somebody who doesn't have any pubes when they should have. That's actually quite good.
Oh,
Sconner.
wow. Okay, I didn't know that was an actual word.
I feel like you could randomly throw out any collection of vaguely slurred English-sounding syllables and come up with something Scottish. I'm sure my Scottish friends would either 50-50 agree and disagree, but
what we've been going for over an hour, and most of what we've talked about has been that sort of thing. And so you've missed it. You've only just joined us, Iman.
No, I was lurking, but I had family over, so I could only lurk. I couldn't really join.
Fine.
Oh, sorry if I've hurt your feelings, mate.
Oh, my fifis are really badly hurt.
So anyway, Bear, please do tell me how to join the Palladium Fantasy thing, because I'd be down for that.
first you have to take this test. And
The Alan Turing test.
you have to, there's a physical as well and a practical. But
Don't say you're gonna have to check my prostate, because I'm not down for that.
nah, you're not old enough.
Michael,
What do you mean? I'm over 18.
I would say, from what I've seen of American insults, they tend to be a little simpler and more direct.
Yeah.
You get the point across.
Because Americans are direct.
Yeah.
I think I was a more...
We fought a war to be as direct as we can.
My
True.
all-time favorite
I think
American
I was a slightly
insult.
more thought out. Go
My
on.
all-time favorite American insult will always be fuck stick. I just love that one. It's just like, listen, fuck stick. I'm like, whoa. Because it's so evocative. It's like, what is a fuck stick, you know?
Yeah, fuck stick, shitbird. I also like shitbird.
Shitbird's pretty good.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say the one that I'm thinking of.
Oh, go ahead. Daniel already blew the C one right off the wall.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah. Okay, then. Thundercunt.
I was you were close to me.
What's yours?
Yeah, just a C word. I like spunk trumpet.
Cum dumpster's pretty good too.
Oh,
That's the generic, really, isn't it?
no.
We need something better than that.
Then cum dumpster?
Come
Yeah.
How about ditch pig?
My
Oh,
wife
see,
picked up one
that's more like it.
that she used to from a book she read that was fuck socks.
Hungar is here.
Hello, Hungar.
It's like fuck socks.
come swallowing cum dumpster. We used to
Oh,
use
well,
that one.
Now
in-
we're really
No, you use the
idiots.
same word twice. There's no originality there.
Oh,
Bellend is brilliant, Tien Tori, because it took me a while to figure out. I'm like, what they keep?
Oh, yeah, Bellend is a British thing, isn't it?
And I'm like thinking of like what a bell, and I'm like, I don't. Oh,
Yeah, the end of the bell,
Now
yeah.
I get it. Fuck nugget's pretty good. I use fuck nugget regularly.
My main thing is douchebag. To me, calling a guy a douchebag is the biggest insult you can say.
I like douche nozzle. Douche nozzle is
Exactly.
cool.
There you go.
I like douche nozzle better because it's not just the bag; it's the part that goes in.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Snow Dog Shuffle has just quoted one of the greatest English words. It really trips off
Tosspot.
the tongue.
Oh,
No.
wanker!
That is one of the greatest English words, especially when spoken in an English accent.
Wanker.
I think it's funnier when I hear an American imitate a British accent and say it. That's way funnier. Hey, can you say wanker?
I love the way you guys say twat. I absolutely love the way the British say twat. It's
Twat.
like
Twat. Yeah.
no, it's twat. Wah.
Twat.
It's like the word
Twat.
water.
It's twat.
Yeah. The W makes it have a wah sound, like
It's
the
a
word
noun and
water,
also a verb.
like water. Twat.
No, it's not twat. It's twat. It's an
Yeah, whatever,
Yeah, exactly.
whatever.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Separated by a common language, whatever.
Well, no, but it's a noun and a verb also.
Holy shit! Look at me. I'm right in the middle of America and England. God, fuck, I am Canada.
You are.
Calling someone a wanker, you wanker, is great. And bollocks. Bollocks
Oh
is just
man,
great.
what's
It's educational. It's not wholesome now. I've been drinking.
What about
so,
what about tosspot?
tosspot?
That came up in the chat. Tosspot.
Yeah, tosspot's
Nice.
good. Yeah.
I'd say those are the three most British: tosspot, bellend, and wanker.
Someone wants to know what pillock means. Pillock it's just a harsh way of saying idiot, basically.
Yeah, actually, what is a pillow?
Just an idiot. Just means idiot.
So yeah,
I
so
mean,
one of
because you can use Jackson Pollock as an insult, but it's not the same as a pillock.
one of the things I learned teaching and working with various languages, I can swear in a lot of different languages. And the minute you learn the vulgarity of a culture, you learn a very great insight as to how that culture works and functions, right? So in Quebec, for example, there are some, rude terms, like, salopette or, putain or something like that, which are, whores. But then there's calice, esti, tabarnak, mon Christ. There's all these like church-related ones. And they're all like, esti is the host. It's the bread you take at communion. Chalice is calice is the chalice. Tabernacle is the tabernacle, and Christ is Christ, right? So they'll use that here all the time. Christ the, that's like fucking in French. In English, when they say, that's fucking asshole, it's Christ de cul, this fucking asshole, but it's Christ instead. Because it's very religious, so it's all based on the religion.
So it's like blasphemy almost.
Whereas with the British, it's a lot of bodily function and like personal stuff, like wanking and stuff like that. Like it's very, very much the stuff you're supposed to be ashamed of in your culture. And in the Americans, it's all about telling you what a useless piece of shit you are. Like Americans' swearing words are all about you being a fucking waste.
Do you know what?
Space.
You raise a valid point there, because in my
shit in all
my culture,
contexts.
Pakistani culture, or even Indians, they refer to you guys have motherfucker as an insult. We have sister fucker also.
Yes, you do.
But you guys would never actually say that to someone in English, but in our language you would.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it shows, like, where the line of thinking is. Yeah, you make a good point there.
Yeah. Well, it's just, vulgarity is a delicious thing, and I absolutely adore it. I think it's one of the greatest. It's the most raw use of language you can have is vulgarity.
I personally think that the more vulgar you are in general conversation, the more genuine you are.
Aluminium.
Where are you getting that extra I from?
You realize that
Aluminium. What do you mean? Where are you guys dropping the I?
The guy who discovered it he called it aluminum, right?
Yeah,
aluminum.
Not aluminum, aluminum.
He called it aluminum.
Aluminum. Bum, ba, ba, da, da. Aluminum.
Aluminum.
Da, da,
Da, da, da.
We've accepted your spelling of sulfur. In fact, the official scientific spelling of sulfur is now your spelling of sulfur. The official scientific spelling with an F, yes. The official spelling of aluminium and pronunciation is now aluminium. there's been a bit of compromise done.
Oh,
We
so what? It is actually aluminium now.
Yes, that is the official
Good.
one. According
It's just another case of the British inventing something, changing the
Yeah,
name,
so-
and then getting on everybody's case for using the old word.
Wait, hang
like
on.
soccer.
Whose language was it first?
So how do you spell Keller?
spell what? How do you spell what?
Keller,
What do you
Keller.
mean?
like the Keller blue.
Color.
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 Or
COLOUR.
I hate to say it, he's right. Same
I used
for
to get in
armor.
trouble in school because I had because of the things I read and stuff. I would often spell words the British way, like armor would have a U in it and stuff like that. This isn't right. I'm like, it is.
In English, yeah, in English it is.
But not in American.
Seraphis, you are absolutely spot on here. You are absolutely spot on. I run pub quizzes. That's why I don't play games on a Sunday night, because I run a pub quiz on a Sunday night at the moment. Because it's dry January, the pub has cancelled the quiz for the entirety of January because they don't expect any people in the pub. But and I remember when this lovely English couple, their son came to visit for a few weeks, and what I didn't know is he lived and worked in Australia, and he picked up a lot of Australian things. And when he started talking, he could pick up the Australian twang, and every other word was a four-letter word.
Oh yeah, Aussies.
And his very English parents didn't bat an eyelid. Completely normal, because they know that's what the Australian thing.
Iman.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Iman, shed dwelling
Iman, yeah.
person. What
Yeah.
What languages do you speak?
You mean fluently, or just like what
Even
kind of?
Right,
casually.
C-3PO, come on. He's just asking you a basic question.
No, because I'm not fluent in my own languages like I am in English.
Okay.
But I can speak Punjabi and Urdu to like a certain extent. But I'm
So-
better at understanding what's said to me. And then
So if I
just
say
reply
"Abe
language.
pagal chupkar samjhe," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can fuck right off with that, mate. I'm not an idiot, and I'm not going to shut up.
Pagalog. I was with a Punjabi girl for 9 years, and she taught me all these horrible things to say. So every now and then, I'm like,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
so
long
when-
time, you know, man.
so when I'm at like a fucking Walmart and some like fucking Sikh guy cuts me off, I'm like, "Hey, pagal," and they just turn and they're like angry, and then they see I'm a white guy, and they go, and I'm like, yeah, pagagora, fuck off.
Yeah, do you know what? In a way, it must be like a shock, but it must also be like a little bit of like quiet respect. That
Oh, they
you
always
know.
laugh. They always go from angry to laughing in like 3 seconds when I do that shit to them. It's
Yeah,
funny.
right.
But I had a friend whose name was Laura, and we were like, you know what that means in India, right? Your name,
Laura.
You know. And there was a restaurant in Vancouver. It was a Chinese restaurant called Foodie Goody. And my God, did the Indian guys think that was the funniest name place ever? Foodie, it's Foodie, hey, Foodie. It's just, what are you gonna do, man? The languages are fucking beautiful, and that's what I love languages for.
I mean, there's a place in is it Sri Lanka? There's a cricket stadium called the Wankhead Stadium.
I did not know that.
That's brilliant.
It's strange
You have to
what
spend
words
that
in.
name on a stadium.
It's strange how like an innocuous word in one language can be something really awful in another language.
Anyway,
and then in
speaking-
Canada, we have a town called Dildo in Newfoundland.
Of course you do.
In Germany, there's a city called Fucking.
In Pennsylvania, about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Hey, we've got a place called Bitchfields.
We have Climax.
Yeah, there's Climax. Yeah, we have that in Canada too. We have a place called Climax.
Speaking of Climax and Wankheads, hello, Joker. How are you?
The
What a
place
nice
got
segue,
classed
John.
up, boy. Joker's here. We were hitting the highbrow posh shit now. How you doing, Joker?
How are you,
What's up, man?
Joker? How are you, Joker? So
Not too bad. Just got back from an improv night.
So,
Okay. What the fuck did you just say?
What did you just say? You've been to an improv night. Oh,
Yeah,
oh, you go and watch comedy improv, don't you?
yeah,
nice.
As in, whose line is it anyway? Type stuff, right?
yeah.
What a show that was.
It's very apt to what we've been talking about earlier on in the stream.
Oh,
but,
dear God.
You'd have to go back to find out. But
So, what's your favorite curse word in English, Joker?
Oh, I don't know. I always grew up kind of liking the word fuzzlebum for some reason.
Fuzzlebum.
This sounds Australian.
Yeah,
I've never heard that.
It also sounds made up.
Well,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
technically, all words are made up, John.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Shakespeare. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know, and some of the words that featured in Jabberwocky, they were made up. They've now become part of the English language.
very much so. Yes.
Yeah.
Including the multi-wigo.
Chortle. That word was made up for Jabberwocky, and to chortle now means to laugh.
Oh, true.
It's true. Yeah. Yes, people are learning things on this stream.
Chortle. I don't think I've ever said that in a sentence.
I've said chortle quite a lot. It's a proper English word now.
It also used to be a children's program.
I think what
That
we
was
say
Chorlton.
up north is more like, you having a fucking giggle?
I'm gonna fucking laugh, mate.
Joker, that was Chorlton. Chorlton the Wheelies.
Chorlton and the Wheelies.
I remember that when I was a kid. Yeah. Anyway, I've got to go get myself a drink, so you lot behave yourselves and don't get me banned.
Oh no, no,
Sure.
no.
Take the £20. You
Well, I'm in charge.
Oh God.
God
That's
help us
okay.
all.
Just how you like it.
No, stop! Don't play into the stereotypes. I'm sensitive.
Whoops. That's what I meant to
I'm
do.
no longer.
Anyway, how have you been lately?
I've been okay. How about you, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad.
I guess it's just you, me, and the two silent ones because these two are both AFK right now.
Oh, okay. I'm not silent. I'm just invisible.
Yeah.
Why is that,
Same.
man?
I'm not looking exactly the most presentable right
You're
now.
a handsome young laddie. Don't worry about it, boy. You'll be
Oh
fine.
no, I need to have a shower first.
Well, I can't smell you through the camera, mate.
You never know. You could stick.
You
that
make a fair
bad.
point. I don't know. It's pretty bad.
The technology today, the kids, they got the craziest stuff with the TikToks and the iPads and all the rest of it. Madness. In my day, we had rocks. We threw them at each other's heads.
Let's shower in Iron Brew.
No, they used to like play catch with fucking logs.
Lawn dart.
Boulders. They used to play baseball with logs and boulders.
My ancestors made the most of limited resources when it came to warfare against the Romans. What can I say?
Do you have some Scottish heritage, Bear?
Irish, Scottish, Danish.
Okay, so you know what the Highland Games are then?
Oh, yes. We have them here in Montreal every year.
Oh, do you actually? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they do.
I didn't know you had them there.
No.
I know they do them in Scotland, obviously.
Fanot Caberto says, thank you very much.
Nice.
It's quite lovely. And
Just watching people
the
wearing
hammer
kilts.
The
with
hammer
the angry
toss is
Scottish
my favorite
noises.
thing ever, man. Scottish people are amazing, but they are fucking violent.
They can't beat a good tossing of the caber.
I understand completely why the Romans built a wall and just went, all right, they stay on that side, we stay on this side, but fuck it, we're not fighting with these people anymore. Welcome back, Eli. John's
just
taking a
stepped away.
break to get a drink. How you doing?
Doing all right.
Yeah.
My wife
Apparently,
just got home
Seraphis'
and-
comment is the most important comment of the night, as it's taken pristine position here that in Australia that we made swearing an adjective in sentences and punctuation. Lol.
On that topic, there's actually a video on YouTube by, I think it's Osho, where he talks about how many uses of the word fuck there are.
Have you ever heard the Indian professor teaching his class on fuck?
Might be the same video we're talking about.
It's amazing.
George
Use a verb
Carlin had a
both
really good
transitive and intransitive. John
Yeah,
fucked
yeah.
Mary. Mary was
Yeah,
fucked
yeah,
by
it's the same
John.
dude. It's the same dude. Yeah.
He's amazing, that guy. Fuck, he killed me.
Use it in surprise. Fuck. You
Fuck.
scared the shit out of me.
Fuck this fucking job.
I think what makes it funnier is his accent as well.
Oh, for sure.
Fuck
Oh
is
my
such a
God.
useful word though, because you could literally go like, "Fuck, what the fuck just happened? I don't give a fuck. I'm getting the fuck out of here." All in one string,
yeah.
you know?
I'm
You
really
could also
glad to see that the tone of the conversation hasn't improved while I was away.
Not a bit.
Marvelous.
Hasn't gone up and hasn't gone down.
Iman,
Yes, sir.
in the Indian community in the UK, do you guys use the word dipper?
Dipper?
Dipper. So when I would move to
don't think so.
Vancouver and I had Indian friends, mostly Punjabi Sikhs, they introduced me to this term dipper. And it's the term they use for guys who, when they first arrive from India to Canada, they call them dippers. And I'm like, why? And my buddy Gertz was like, it's one of two things. It's either the fact that, you know, they're like dip, 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 and that's how they talk. I'm like, okay. He goes, or this obsession they have with washing their feet in fountains. So they're dipping their feet in the fountain all the time. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. All right.
Interesting. No, we just call them either mangies or freshies.
Freshies.
Ooh.
Like prison.
Yeah, as in like fresh off the boat.
Got new fish here.
So Americans use the
Have
term
you-
fob, fresh off the boat.
Have you heard that, John? Freshies for
What?
like someone who's fresh, like immigrated to the country.
I have heard that term. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the word that we use as Pakistani people would be mangi.
Mengi.
So like, yeah, it's hard to explain. Basically, it's like I'm not a typical Pakistani guy. I'm like quite westernized, so I would refer to someone who's like a typical Pakistani person as a mangi.
So it's the stereotype what you imagine as somebody.
Yeah,
who
you
lives
can just
in a-
imagine a mangi as like a typical village idiot sort of thing.
Kind of like a redneck in America.
Yeah. So a redneck is an American mangy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one way of thinking about it. Yeah.
A sheepshagger is a Welsh mangy, and so on.
Well, it's like there are people in Texas who aren't like super Texan, and then there's like the super Texan rednecks. You know what I mean? Like they'd probably be seen as the mangies.
Right. Anyway, are we
There are
going to
different
do?
degrees too. 'Cause you
Are
have
we going to do
rednecks
anything?
and hicks and
Are we going to do anything? Are we going to do anything constructive on this stream at all? Or are we just going to talk nonsense?
I thought we did.
Did we?
I turned up.
kind of
Wasn't that
entered
constructive?
choosing violence and then just kind of went from there.
Yeah. I suppose. Hopefully, the gaming fraternity will adopt the name Cockwomble, because I think that.
Cockwomble!
Cockwomble.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you
I haven't
live
heard
over
that
there
for a
and
few
don't know
years.
that word, you have to go away.
I've never heard that.
Because even I
I've
know
heard
that word.
womble.
All right, now I'm gonna have to make up a character named Cockwomble.
No, he's a halfling. His name is Cock. His last name is Womble.
I'm going to use him as a court jester in one of my campaigns. He'll be the court jester Cockwomble.
And he's got an unusually large third leg.
It's like in our OSE games, all of Gingerbeard's characters are all members of the Cook family.
Yep.
No. Oh, no.
Hungar. I like the impromptu. Let's do a Hungar stream without Hungar.
Gingerbeard's characters. So far, dead cooks include Jeremy Cookson and Cook Holligan.
There's a couple more.
There's a few
Yeah,
more
he
cooks.
lost
that have been
two
around,
in
yes.
one game.
Are these named after real people, but like in satire?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Can't remember where Cook Holligan came from. Oh, it was a mispronunciation of Cuchulainn, which is probably a mispronunciation anyway. The Gaelic hero. So, anyway, I'm sure the Cook Hooligan died. Yes. Cook Wumble would be a good one for him to come up with. That would be good. But yeah,
Cockstool?
Now you're just making shit up.
No. There's actually a road where I live called Cuckstool Lane.
So that's
There is?
just the
Marvelous.
opposite.
Yeah,
Of,
there actually is.
that's the opposite of shit dick.
Shit, dick. Fucking Americans. Shit, dick.
No, that's just Daniel. Oh, Daniel, you missed it. I was streaming on Sunday, and you were one of the boss fights that I was doing.
What's that?
I was streaming on Sunday, and you were in the game as one of the boss fights that I was doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his name was
Oh,
Juzo
yeah.
the Drunkard.
Yes.
He also
And
spits
it-
poison at me.
Iman, my ex sent me something one time. I just went looking for it. I can't find the picture of it, but it was the weirdest thing ever. She sends me this GIF, and it's Spider-Man, and he's doing the Spider-Man whisper thing, and then it has this expression, and she's laughing her ass off. She's like, "This is the funniest thing," and I'm like, "I don't get it," and I'm gonna mispronounce it because I always do, but it basically said "Oi son, gunkala char kilo," and I'm like, "Why is this funny?" And she says, "It says, hey you, go eat 4 kilos of shit." And I'm like, how the fuck is that funny? But like, I found out later, char kilo is the funniest fucking thing you can say apparently to people. It's like, it's apparently some people eat 4 kilos of shit is the height of comedy.
Yeah. So it's basically like, do you know how we would say like, oh, a ton of something?
Yeah.
Eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah, it's like that.
Back to dick.
Yeah, but that's the what do you call it? The not exaggeration, the hyperbole. That's the one that they'll use. It's
Okay.
4 kilos of.
4 kilos. I was just by like, hey, you go eat 4 kilos of shit. I'm like, what a bizarre
Very
thing to
specific
say to
measurement.
someone. Yeah, like a very
Sense of
specific
humor is
measurement.
much
Not 4.5,
simpler.
not 3.25.
No, it has to be four.
That's like
Four on
Chuck
the dot.
Jones level comedy, right? Chuck Jones, when someone interviewed him, they said, "Why is it always a 16-ton weight?" And he goes, "Because 15 tons isn't funny." You know?
Yeah.
We're watching the
Basically,
thing they're talking
yeah.
about, like words that are funny, like raisin is funny, sheep is funny. You know, it's like
Moist is funny.
Dirt.
I still can't understand why that annoys people. I'm like, it's like it's a word.
What moist?
I
It's one of the
can't stand the
greatest
word
words in
loaded.
existence.
I
word
cannot
loaded?
stand the word loaded when it comes to food. Like loaded potato skins. I'm like,
loaded
it just
baked
sounds
potato.
gross. It just sounds gross.
Daniel's thinking,
It
where's
sounds
my
so
bullets in this
excessive.
meal?
You know, it's like that's the problem with the way they use loaded. Is like it's so excessive. It's like I'm already eating a giant big old baked potato.
Oh.
Don't make me feel any shittier about myself.
Touching on what Brian James is saying in the chat, do you guys know what Cockwomble's favorite thing to call people is?
Oh Lord, what?
Because Victor Gorchev went off about this one fucking night. It was like, and I found out from others it's true. Chucklehead.
What? Okay.
That reminds me of the Three Stooges.
Dude, that is like so 1950s. It's like calling
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
lunchbox.
Exactly.
You know, like Jesus Christ.
John, have you ever heard someone being called a bin bag as an insult or a bin liner?
No?
So calling you
Oh, okay.
a bunch of
Maybe it
garbage.
might be a more northern thing. I used to call people a bin bag or a bin liner as an insult.
I don't think we really caught onto this one. Cue the GIF pronunciation wars.
It is GIF, but I disagree. But
Vaguely
it is
remember
GIF.
it.
I refuse to comment.
Yeah.
I will not take
Before
this
Silly
bait.
Bang came out.
Yes. Hey ho.
Oh, right, you're talking about Sif and GIF.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Siffingif?
Where were we?
No.
Yeah, they're like they don't have them anymore, but it's basically like cleaning creams, like kitchen sort of that sort of
No,
thing.
we're talking about graphics interface.
Yeah, I know, but that is called GIF. That's why.
Yeah.
But it was spelled with a J.
Yeah, and
And then GIFs came along that was spelled with a G, and then everyone called them GIFs until we found out that it wasn't actually GIF.
In French, they reverse it. The G is called a G, and the J is called a J. Like it's so stupid.
Yes.
well, not to
Yes,
mention
I remember
conventional
when I learned
pronunciation laws and rules don't apply to acronyms.
or France.
Yeah.
Anywho.
So let's not do the GIF war, please.
No.
For the love of God, please.
Which war should we have then? Which war should we
I don't know.
dive
One more.
into?
I'm kind of
The English Civil War. Let's do it.
The War of the Roses.
Oh, right, because
War
I'm
of
actually
Roses, isn't it?
Lancastrian, so that's accurate.
What?
I'm
You're
actually Lancastrian. That's one half of the War of the Roses.
Well,
isn't
you
it?
might live in the Lancaster area, but I can assure you, son, you are not Lancastrian.
How would you know?
At least the Lancasters wouldn't think so.
No, well, because I'm brown.
Well, duh. That's the point.
Sorry, I got no dog in that fight. My European ancestry is let's just say they've been Europe's problem children for a good chunk of the
The Germans.
Gypsy, German, Jewish, which is it?
the ones that start all the wars.
Oh,
but
German.
never
Yeah,
win
yeah.
them.
There we go. Yeah, food, cloak, and their cure. Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember we were
Yeah,
talking about my
wait.
middle name the other day and how it's like I carry a middle name that is the name of a family member who was shot down during World War II, flying for the Luftwaffe.
So that was a joke.
I thought you were going to say
on
your middle name
Bottom.
was Richthofen then. That would be really cool.
No.
That would be excellent. Do you remember Bottom, Yield Geek?
I saw bits of Bottom. I shouldn't really say that, should I? I saw bits of Bottom.
Left or right?
Somebody's going to clip that.
There's an episode where they decide they're going to get in shape, and Eddie pulls out his father's old military instruction guide for getting in exercising, and it's a fucking Luftwaffe training manual. It's like, oh fuck!
Holy shit!
Daniel, you star. Daniel, absolute star.
That was on the back of mentioning bottom. So mention more.
Mention more bottoms. Yes.
Going back to
I
the,
had the longest time to figure out why that show was called Bottom, and then one day it just clicked. It's like, oh, this is like bottom level humor. I get it. Like this is
Absolutely, yes.
this is as low
Yes.
as they can get.
Oh,
on
good old Rick Mail.
Yeah.
Just truth in advertising there.
But they were a great double act, that pair.
Hungar's telling us his favorite concentration camp joke, by the way.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I have an uncle who died in a concentration camp.
Oh
It was
my
really, really
God.
cold, and he slipped on some ice, he fell off the tower and broke his neck. Cheers, Hungar.
I gotta go tell my wife.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm just seeing it in the chat.
Did Daniel just say he has to go tell his wife that joke? Fuck. honey, I just heard the best Nazi joke ever.
And demonetized, like we were
Wow.
already.
We're
Double
already
demonetized, double, triple, infinity demonetized.
Super
I'm
secret
sure John
double
doesn't put these up for
demonetization.
monetization anyway.
I mean,
You have to pay YouTube money.
Yeah, they send you a bill.
Negative.
Mr. Geek, you owe us $50 to keep your channel monetized due to all the filth that we heard. Yeah.
That's when YouTube goes full.
So there's two N-words that
Demolition
we're not
Man.
allowed to say.
Yes, there's two N words we definitely don't say.
Kabuki Kid, all I can say to that is, gentlemen, may I take your coats, your hats, your swastikas?
Yeah, my brother and I used to actually make some pretty dark humor jokes when we were kids because my dad's German from Germany and his dad is Jewish.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
We're like-
That's interesting.
My daughter loved the joke too.
My mom's been married 4 times, so it's
I'm just saying.
My best friend in high school was Jewish, and his mother taught Holocaust studies at Concordia University. And she told me all the horrifically dark Holocaust Nazi jokes. Like they were just like, it would just be like, Jesus Christ, like what is coming out of this lady's mouth? But you thought
If
they
I
were
would have
hilarious.
known you were coming, I would have baked you a cake.
Ah,
Well,
no,
There's
that
a
was a bridge
reason
too
that-
far, Daniel. Bridge too far, buddy.
Daniel has no filter.
No.
Daniel,
No, I
no,
do
no,
not.
no.
Well,
Daniel has no filter.
I was going to say that Jews won't ever accept free train rides anymore because they remember what happened the last time they did.
Oh,
Okay, guys, let's
What-
back
yeah.
off
What?
material.
Yeah,
These
but
are
come on.
jokes,
They've got to
YouTube,
travel.
these are
They've got to
jokes.
travel
Yeah,
miles to
these
their
are
own
jokes. I don't
park.
actually believe these. These are not representative of anyone here.
There's
I live,
still
I live in a
Miles
country
for their
where I
own
can go to
holiday
jail
park.
for this.
yeah.
But what was it? But dark humor is necessary to get through difficult times, and that's why dark humor works. Going back to gaming, that's why dark humor works in a horror context, and certainly a good Call of Cthulhu session will often have a lot of dark humor in it. There we go. Bit of gaming for the for the stream. Sorry if I bored you all.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Some of the horror that's told through the environment in Call of Cthulhu is actually really good because it's not outwardly horrifying, but then once you think about it for a second, you're like, wait a minute.
Well, there's a difference between horror and terror.
True.
So I don't know if you want to. I don't know where the line is drawn.
Well, for
I
me, the way I see it, horror is just something that's like scary or horrifying, but terror is like you're frozen with fear kind of thing.
Yeah, horror is like you're gonna experience extreme violence or trauma, whereas terror is your mind.
Generally speaking, I believe the terms horror and terror are interchangeable. It's fear. It's the delineation is really between fear and horror.
They're all connected by the fact that they all require you to wear adult nappies.
Speak for
Usually when you
yourself,
get-
mate. It's all
usually
right. The rest of us watch horror movies.
When you get into horror, you're talking about something a little bit more visceral than just straight fear. And then terror is like just abject beyond understanding and reasoning.
Correct. Yeah, I guess that's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
If you're going to escalate it through the 3 degrees, make it 3-dimensional.
Joker and Iman have obviously missed all the shit that's been flying around the last few days. I would suggest there are a few videos that have been linked in my Discord if you guys want to catch up on those and experience what we've experienced.
Or enjoy the fact that you don't know and carry that forward into the future happily.
Is blissful ignorance the way forward here?
Oh.
Stay blissfully ignorant. Yes, stay blissfully ignorant.
It got me pissed off, dude. So it's just like...
Eli was talking shit. If Eli's mad enough to talk shit, oh boy.
Wait, so what is this about, though? What's this regarding?
Go to the Discord. Read yesterday's discourse all the way through to this morning. In the general chat.
We're talking about our number one fan, are we? That we were talking about last night.
Probably.
Scarlet or whatever. No, I did go a bit down the rabbit hole yesterday when I was talking to Wayne or whatever his username is, with Tobin or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Brian. That's Brian. He's here.
Brian,
there he is.
sorry.
That's
I don't
him.
know why I thought
That's
his
him.
name was
Look,
Wayne.
that's him.
There he is. Yeah, there he is.
Yes.
Our number one fan.
Talking to him last night about this dude. Yeah.
A man with the same haircut as me and Bear.
More of a shave than anything, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a haircut, man.
Huh? It's the same haircut. It's not a haircut, is it?
It's a hairstyle.
It's a haircut guy by
It's not a
guy.
it's not a haircut. It's an argument.
It's a strategic retreat to my ass, is what my hairline is.
It's a haircut by the scythe of death himself.
It's the slow argument that the hair's had enough.
It could happen to you.
It will bloody happen to me based on my genetics, yeah.
Well, it's the mother's side of the family, so do any
That's
of
what they say, but that's
any of
just
the
not
men
true.
any of your uncles on the mother's side bald?
Hang on. 3 out of 4.
You're going bald, son.
Yeah.
I've never heard this term before. But I like it.
Which term?
Eggshell
Eggshell blonde.
What the hell is it? Oh, that's neat. I like that. Eggshell blonde. Andy
I like that
Houston
one.
wins.
Did I ever tell you about the guy at work who's balding who got pissed off at me because I actually cut my hair into a mohawk because I was doing it intentionally? He's like got really irritated with him. He's a friend of mine. He's like just super irritated that I would shave my head to because like he couldn't. It's like
You've
All right,
told-
like basically like a
you-
flex.
You've told me that story, which is partly the reason for your quote now in according to the Nightbot.
yeah. It's also the same guy who like ended our friendship over a fucking game, but yeah.
Have you changed mine from the whippet thing yet?
No, because a whippet is a dog.
Oh no, people these days will get the wrong idea. I don't do those sorts of drugs.
Whippets. Those were no longer a thing in North America after the 70s. Are you guys still doing them in Europe?
Can you imagine just somebody who
Mate,
only
in
knew
the
of the
UK.
dog, imagining people just being addicted to whippets and going around trying to snort them?
He's helping whippets. What?
No,
What is he doing to those poor dogs?
He's out there.
Well, I guess
"Buddy,
everybody
I
has
just
a
bought
choice.
15 whippets. We're gonna party. What kind of a party are you having?
What the fuck?
go bastard far.
I went outside and the street is just covered with used up whippets.
Shadow. Look, you'll get muted if you go on about your hair. You show off your luscious hair far too much with all that
Yeah,
sort
but
of
look,
swooshing
listen.
you do on your channel.
I love Shadow to tears. He has fabulous hair, but look at the
He
rest of
does.
him. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm so glad I hadn't drank the soda yet.
But for those who haven't seen Shadow has the most magnificent hair.
Yep, and I'm
What?
pretty
Even
sure
more than me?
he
yeah.
always streams from outside so he can make sure the wind is in his hair.
And the chimes are
Yeah, the
ringing,
wind chimes.
so
It's like he's going for this
"Oh."
seriously like Zen chic thing or
But
something
underneath all that hair, Yoda.
with the devil beard. His little pointy devil beard.
Yeah. That's right, Shadow.
Yeah.
We're taking the piss out of you. But you know what? Of all of us, he's the only guy that gets masturbators on his live stream. So well done, sir.
I don't
What?
even want to know.
What?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I didn't see it, but according to everyone, he was doing a live stream and he let some guy in that he didn't know, and the guy was just full on stroking it on camera.
Yikes.
Okay. I know none of us are that weird, thankfully.
But no,
You never know.
Shadow's good
For
people.
different folks, I guess.
Well, we have to
Shadow's
just wait for Daniel
fantastic.
to get a camera to see what he's up to. But
Oh yeah, that's right. And he had the titty shots too. He had a chick flash her tits on his channel one time, man.
No, Saurian, what have you been smoking?
no, sorry, and he's only a part-timer.
Now, is it no Saurian because you're
Maybe
not into
today was
them,
one of those
or
days.
is it ironic? I don't know what no Saurian
No
means.
Saurian, yes Saurian, Saurian
Baby
curious.
Saurian,
Maybe Saurian, yeah.
quasi Saurian. Like what? I don't know what that means.
Definitely not Saurian.
Yeah, like, are you like anti-Canadian? You're a no Saurian? Like what the
One,
fuck?
one.
You know?
Sorry, Michael.
Or is that the Canadian religion?
No.
No, we're a Saurian. Sorry.
Snow Dog Studio.
You know, to be honest, I've never seen this name before, and he's in my stream, so I don't know.
No, be careful. Be
He's
careful.
never going to be showing up on my show, just in case.
I'm denying being the reptile.
But don't you have to have hair for it to be the thing?
Listen, there's some people into the eggshell blonde, okay, motherfucker? Baldies get some play too, man. Trust me.
I used to shave
Well,
my
according
head.
to you guys, the guy was beating after Shadow's luscious locks.
We don't know. I didn't see it, thankfully.
Shadow? Care to clarify? Snow Dog? Some insight for us, perhaps?
If I was a few years younger, my hair would still be much nicer.
I know Snow Dog Studio. Okay, well, then you changed your name. What the fuck? Who are you, Snow Dog Studio, if I know you?
Snow Dog Studio has changed its name.
It's a new channel. Okay, so
Dun,
what was
dun,
the old channel? Snow
dun.
Dog Studio.
This is one
Can
of
you
your
repeat
regulars in
that?
disguise.
Which? Oh, it's cell phone. Hey, what's up, cell phone? How you doing? Okay, it could very well possibly have been him masturbating on Shadow Screen. That's actually a valid possibility. It's cell phone. He's a weird dude. On the bright side, I don't feel like eating dinner now. You're welcome.
Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong one because it's moving so quickly. Yeah, well, we've helped you with your weight loss routine there, Halakar.
Yeah.
Halakar is, of course, another one who subscribes to this eggshell blonde.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Oh, yes.
Hey, are you grinding weed, dude?
No, I'm just rolling.
Oh, you're just rolling the weed
rolling,
now.
rolling,
Okay.
rolling.
What are you smoking out of sandpaper?
Yeah. You know, Rizla.
Sorry, I'll mute. I'll
Rizlas.
mute. Sorry.
Get some Rizlas. You'll really like Rizlas.
No, these
Smoke
are Rizzlers, bro.
Why do they sound like sandpaper then?
It's probably just the quality of my microphone on this headset.
Yeah,
I'm like
Seraphis.
100 grit doobie.
Yeah, that's why I don't like you, Seraphis. That's why I don't. Bear knows. Bear used to be a pothead. Of course, Bear knows. Dear God, my college years are a blur.
Quite a few of you used to be, right? I don't think John's ever touched it though.
Not I either, but
Me?
I did grow up
Never
in the
ever
late
touched it,
70s.
John?
I did grow up in the late 70s, early 80s, so every on the West
Whoa.
Coast. So
I never expected that from you, John.
John, you smoke weed.
everybody's parents had the TV tray in the corner with the cigar box and the really cool vases on the mantle.
Vase.
Vases.
Vases.
I got to side with the UK on this one. Vases just sounds wrong.
Vases.
Dude, when I was in college, I was legit wake and bake every day, every fucking day.
Yeah, me too.
Wake and bake, and then go to school, and then skip class, and then go smoke more weed at the student newspaper.
Yeah, we've all done that.
You know what the name of the student newspaper was at my college? The Plant. Gee, I wonder why.
Actually, I never smoked any devil's lettuce until I was 20 years old. I started drinking when I was 8.
No, you. No
Mate,
way.
you were drinking when you were in the fucking womb, mate. You.
Seriously. I will use a joke for you that I normally save for Connell, which is fetal alcohol syndrome is nothing to joke about, sir. See,
well done,
by the way,
Halakar.
for those who think we're being mean, this is how friends talk to each other and have fun by taking the piss out of each other and not getting offended
Exactly. Yep.
by it.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's how it works, Halakar.
Shut your mouth. No one cares what you think. You're young.
It's true. I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, we're all old enough to be your father.
I take no
Most of
responsibility.
I think Joker is just about old enough to be your father.
Ooh, yeah, I think, yeah.
How old are you, boy?
Me, I'm 29.
I'm old enough to be your father.
My oldest kid is 3 years older than you.
Nice.
Daniel's your father. Hang on, wait. I'm your father.
Cup of tea, father.
Cup of tea, father. So I hear you're racist now, father. That's still probably the best show England ever produced, man. Father Ted.
It was only half English.
What was the other half? Irish?
It's not really English,
Irish,
is
yes.
it?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
still
it was
brilliant.
It was a combined
Well, it was
Ireland thing.
combined brilliance.
It was a combined
powers
effort, yeah.
combined.
Now we can't get rid of Graham Norton.
Whenever there's a choice in like a game book that we're going through on Fridays that says drink, I always just put Father Jack voice. Drink.
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 I have, I mean, I admit to using Father Jack as an inspiration for various NPCs from time to time when I've been playing D&D games over the years.
Peace, Shadow.
See you,
Shadow
Shadow.
has to go to Mount Shasta and work on the Lemurian underground for the Atlantean refugees. I don't know.
What?
He has a
It's gonna work.
timeshare at Mount Shasta.
Oh, does he?
What?
I learned today on Hungar's stream that Shadow has a timeshare at Mount Shasta. And if you don't know why that's fucked up, Google that shit and you will learn the creepiest shit in the United States of America. If you're getting into weird, like cryptozoology,
Freaky-in crap.
UFO, supernatural, all that kind of shit, Mount Shasta is the fucking mecca of that stuff.
How do you spell it?
Shasta,
I want notes.
correctly? Shasta.
Okay, cool. I'll check it out.
Trust me. The Y Files. Watch the Y Files video on it. It's a fucking amazingly well done.
I love that
What
guy.
What is a timeshare, by the way? I don't think we do
It's
those
a
in this
condo
country.
where you pay you share the cost of it, but you only have certain weeks that you're allowed to
Yeah,
use it during the year.
you purchase like
Right.
you purchase 1 or 2 weeks a year, and pay X amount of dollars, and help.
So it's like having shares in a holiday home, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 that's exactly
okay.
what it is.
Okay, and then he says he has another below Dulce, New Mexico. I now believe Shadow is full of shit and is not telling the truth and is just fucking trolling us.
He's going to have one in El Dorado next, watch.
Brian, not Mad Jack Churchill. No, Father Jack was a character in Father Ted, and he was basically a vicious old drunken priest who all he did was drink and swear and lech.
And you know
That's
what? If Cockwomble did that in his videos, they'd be way more entertaining to watch. That's all I'm saying.
Not with that face.
Hey, look, anything would be more interesting with a Father Jack character in it, let's be honest.
Childbirth.
Yes.
That would be hilarious. Like
Child comes straight out of the womb. Drink!
as the doctor in the delivery room, you know.
And thus Daniel Kinney was born.
With the most expensive machine that goes, oh,
Oh, I see the machine that goes bing. Most expensive machine in the hospital.
But if you've never seen Father Ted, look up on YouTube and look up. There's a couple of famous clips from it. Yeah, I mean, you can watch entire episodes. There's a few famous clips. So you're a racist now, Father.
Oh my god, that was so good.
These are
Kicking
small
Bishop
cows.
Brennan up the arse.
These cows are small cows. Those ones are far away.
What's the one where they have the amusement park? Like they have the fair with the Ferris wheel and all that. That fucking episode.
Oh, yeah.
Haunts my brain whenever I think of that show.
And there's the Christmas episode as well, where they're stuck inside the lingerie department of a department store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the episode with the milk thing, where they had to be the milkman.
Don't remember that one.
I don't remember that one. No.
You had to put like a brick on the pedal of the milk thing so it would keep going.
No, I have to
I
look
don't
that up.
remember that one at all.
The other famous one is the down with this sort of thing one, where they're protesting against
down with this sort of thing.
protesting against adult films at the local cinema. Local.
Yes, yeah, I remember that one.
Yes, that's good.
No, Dirty History Hobbies. I can't
I think
do
the
that. My
milk
liver
one
would
was in the
kill
same
me.
season as that. It was basically the whole joke about like the milkman, impregnating local wives and shit like that. But like Father Ted, obviously being a father, was not doing that, and the ladies would expect him to, and he's just like, "The fuck are you talking about? I'm delivering milk."
I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, 70s British humor seemed to an awful lot be about unsatisfied housewives. Like, I'm just saying.
Father Ted was 90s, though, wasn't it?
It was in my
90s.
time, so it must have been
Was it?
90s.
Was it the
yeah.
90s?
Yeah.
No, it was in
Okay,
the 90s.
British humor appears to be about unsatisfied housewives. How about that?
Yes,
We'll put
yeah,
it
that
It
down.
still is, yeah, basically.
Well, to be fair, I don't think since the 70s. I think that kind of always stayed with British comedy to some certain extent.
So in the
Here's
90s,
an idea for us. Here's an
I
idea
see.
for a stream.
what's that? I'm still loving listening to Iman roll a joint.
Sorry.
It's like
This
he's
is number
fucking,
3.
it's like he's like building a fucking bong and he's like stripping the bark off the wood, and you know.
No, this is just number 3.
So we used to get Father Ted. Imagine this for a back-to-back on this Canadian channel where I used to see Father Ted. First up, Father Ted, immediately followed by AbFab.
Nice.
Was that your
Nothing about,
favorite
like,
channel then?
disparate British humor shows, you know what I mean? But that's okay.
Big
I
up
come
on
from a
this.
generation of Canadians who all grew up going, "Sweetie, darling, darling, sweetie, darling, sweetie," and you know, it was funny to us always. You pissed
Two
dribble.
very different.
I was going to say,
Two very-
AmPub
two-
was a different direction Ben Elton went in.
It's like two completely different shows.
Do you guys still produce good comedies over there? Because the only thing I ever see now is the panel shows.
No, only the panel shows really good.
Public
8 out of 10
correctness
cats
has
is
put a
brilliant.
stop
8
to
out of 10 cats
all
do
kinds of
Countdown.
good
Is the
comedy.
best thing ever. What was that joke?
Public correctness has put a stop to a lot of decent comedy.
Yeah, do you know what? It
People can't laugh
really
at
dropped the
themselves.
pad.
That's the problem.
What was that cop show about the internal investigations crew with the North Irish sergeant? It was a drama. I can't remember. I watched the entire, like, all 4 series or whatever it was called. It was recent. It was like in the 2000s. Fuck, I can't remember what it is.
Drama or comedy?
Drama. Well, good, like well done. Like I was
I know.
shocked.
I know the one you mean. No, it wasn't Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
No, Hot Fuzz is one of my favorite movies, though. It was all about the internal affairs. They were the guys who
Yeah,
investigated the dirty cops, or bent cops as they called them.
Bent coppers.
Bent coppers. And the chief of their department, this North Irish guy, would call everybody fella. I just love that fella. It was like just the way he'd say it. It was really good. The hell was that show called?
Line of Duty.
Line of Duty.
I have
Good
just
show. Like
I
good show.
There's quite a few good like murder investigative shows that come out of the UK still. I
The
enjoy a
UK
lot of
can
them.
do some good dramas, which are because of public correctness for shit of comedy.
Our comedy's gone pretty there in recent years.
Well,
but,
it's like Joker said, it's because of the political correctness thing. Everyone's afraid of getting fucking cancelled now.
Yeah, you got to be nice to everybody anymore.
But the thing is, like, everybody is the butt of some joke or other. Like, every joke starts with taking the piss out of someone or something.
Yeah, but this generation is too scared. This generation is too scared to laugh at themselves. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
There is some of that. There is some of that.
Well, it was said I think it was Bear said it. Sorry, my memory's shot. But I think it was Bear said it, or maybe it was John. This is what friends do. You bag on each other and have a good time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And people
definitely in the British culture, yeah.
Yeah, but I think the whole, I mean, I guess counterpoint or alternate point of view here, the whole reason we're on this stream right now and the whole thing we're reacting to is a good indication of like what happens when people don't get it and people like are mean and nasty without any connection to people.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that people are worried about is, you know, and I'm not saying it's valid, but I mean, like, you know, we're all here because somebody's out there taking basically faceless shots at people. I mean, his face is on the show, on the screen, but he's really not letting anybody respond to him.
No.
He's just out there, you know, doing hatchet jobs on whoever he can find that doesn't fit his little thing. And the funny thing is, I don't see anything on his channel showing or demonstrating his philosophy. So not only is he going out ripping people apart.
Doesn't he have a book or something?
Oh, fuck that thing. Excuse me. Pardon me.
I gotta I have to get a camera and meet up with this guy because you guys have no clue how many times I'll be typing something on Facebook or some other page, and my wife is like, "Do not send that," and then I hit enter. She's like, "Really, Daniel? You did that?"
Was it you, Daniel, who sent me your address? Someone didn't have a camera, and I said, I have an extra one. Send me your address. When I do my next batch of mailings, I'll send it out. And they sent me, but I can't remember who it was. I got to go
No,
through my PMs.
that wasn't me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, get a camera. You can get one for $25 on Amazon, dude.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
know. I got to get one.
Come on. Just
That
skip
way-
Dude,
one.
if you have a mobile phone, it should have a
skip
camera on
one
it.
40-pounder of hooch this week and buy a camera. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
here's the best example of whether or not you know how to have fun with your friends and be respectful. Your friend slips and falls down the stairs.
You laugh.
If your first instinct is to laugh, you're a dick. If your first instinct is to go, "You okay?" and then laugh once you know they're not hurt, that's what we're talking about.
Well, then I might be a dick.
Yeah, you are.
I will laugh, then say, "Are you okay?" Then help them out.
Oh, maybe it's a Canadian thing then to go, "Are you okay?"
Well,
you fucking idiot.
No,
It
I
usually
kind of
happens
agree
at
with
the same
Daniel in
time.
a way. Normally, you can tell the extent of the injury, but if it's like you can tell it's not serious, yeah, you're gonna laugh first.
Oh,
Well,
the
they're
funny-
feeling
I don't know.
taken
I've been
out.
standing there choking on a piece of steak while my entire family laughed at me from the living room.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Hell.
Okay, this is definitely a Canadian thing then.
Well, no. They thought so. This is my sense of humor almost killing me because they thought I was fucking around.
Oh my god!
So when I was
Oh my god!
when I was in high school and got introduced to weed, my buddy goes, "Look, whatever you do from now on, when you go home, act really weird around your parents and laugh at shit." I'm like, "What? Just do it. Even if nothing's funny, just laugh at shit and just act weird." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "That way when you go home stoned, they'll think you're being normal." And I'm
That's
like,
funny.
"Oh, okay, that's a good idea." Fuck yeah, here we go.
Damn.
No one mentioned the stink that was coming off of you at the same time. So but my parents were such squares. They're like, "Did you run into a skunk?" Yeah.
I just thought that was teenage boy. No, no. My wife always teases me. She's like,
Ah, yes,
it's
this
a
is
good thing you don't
stop
get
it.
stoned because, well, you're weird enough as it is." So.
Mac, you have no idea how triggering that statement is for me. On the one hand, I'm like, "Yes, please save my life." On the other hand, I'm like, "Don't touch me." So I don't know about that Heimlich. I mean, maybe let me choke. I don't know.
But if you were doing the Heimlich while laughing, would that ease the fear?
No, it's not fear. It's nothing to do with fear. It's elbow meeting temple is what it is. It's the someone touching me from behind and getting that in their fucking head as hard as I can crank my body.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah. Not a nice situation to be in. I've been there once. Don't want to do it again.
I would never want to choke to death. That would kind of suck. I would never want to drown. That would kind
Oh
of
no. I mean,
But
hitting
have you
someone
ever
who's
had
trying
a
to.
5-foot-long iguana stuck to your face?
Have I ever
No.
had? Not recently. No.
I have. It sucks.
Tracy,
Oh,
no.
wow.
So we adopted an iguana, 5 foot nose to tail,
Nice.
right?
Yeah, work on that. I'm sitting in a chair, Mac. Jesus Christ.
And so the first time I ever go to clean the tank, I didn't realize how surly this fucking lizard was. She flips around and hooks her tree climbing claws into my head and my cheeks, and she's stuck to my face, tail whipping around like the fucking face hugger from Alien. My family's just rolling as I'm sitting there, Mr. Beaning it around the fucking living room. This freaking lizard stuck to my head, tail.
Have you ever seen Brain Candy by Kids in the Hall?
Yes, a long time ago.
That is legitimately cat on my head. That's literally what you just described.
Yeah, except for it was the thing is at the same time I was terrified
I
and
got what
also
you mean now, Matt.
laughing my fucking ass off at the same time. I was like alternating between this is so absurd,
Laughing
funny.
out of like sheer incredulity of the situation.
I'm like, I've got a fucking lizard stuck to my head.
David Icke made an entire book about it. That was the best part. Daniel got it. Yay!
John got it too. I missed it. Sorry.
Well, whatever, sweet summer child.
I'm just a baby, me. Don't worry about me.
We know. But you are. You add. I was going to do a South Park reference. Then you familiar with South Park?
Yeah, of course I am, man.
Yeah. You're our
Go on.
token.
Right, so I'm the token young person, I'm the token Muslim, and I'm the token Pakistani.
And the token pothead.
And the token.
Oh
pothead,
yeah, no, actually,
Yeah.
there's another one. Who's Boship, I think.
Who?
Is he?
RW Bishop, yeah, I believe so.
RW, if you're in chat, then do confirm that.
And then No Saurian is part-time as well. I was talking to him the other day, and he said that he was just having.
Do we go with
lots of-
Hot Child, Summer in the City, or Sweet Child of Mine? We go with
Sweet Child of Mine.
Hot Child in the City. That's the third option.
But no, you're not part time though, are you, Iman? That's the thing. You're not part time.
No, I wish I bloody was. To be fair,
It's so much so that you had a cameo role in my game the other week, didn't you?
oh, yes, yeah. My DP on Discord has now changed to that
Yeah.
as an homage. Made me laugh.
Yes, the group.
You should have seen how hard I was laughing. I literally had to catch my breath. And the first thing I thought was Genghis Iman.
The group encountered a lone stoner in an igloo, talking with a northern accent.
Can I do it?
Go on then.
All right, lads, what you doing up here? Come on into me igloo.
That was after Iman could stop himself laughing from John's impersonation of him.
Oh yeah, I was attempting to do the Iman accent, for a while, but hey ho, it was fun.
To be fair, your accent's closer to mine than Joker's is. Like just in general,
lad?
your normal accent.
You're right, lads.
Well,
Come
Joker sounds
into Igloo. Would you like to partake a little with me?
That's it. Which one of you guys wants to be an herbalist like me?
Eli, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm afraid to say anything.
Oh, so you don't? We just role playing the character that John inserts me as an NPC. That's basically what I'm doing.
Yeah, I inserted him as an NPC in a game, and it was basically, Iman's in the shed. He stays in his shed. And
John, if you ever insert me as an NPC in one of your games, please don't tell me. Please, just don't.
No, that's the fun. That's the fun that I do.
Don't worry, it wasn't painful.
Yeah. Close your eyes and think
to
of
be
England.
fair, right? It's -7 here today, Celsius. So it fucking is basically an igloo.
Oh God, it's -7. How do you survive in such temperatures? No way.
I wear like 7 layers.
Let's compare temperatures.
No, let's not.
Meanwhile, Bear's like, what the fuck? I go out naked at -7.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I'm not stupid, but
I wear a t-shirt and shorts and flip-flops in -7.
No, but there are assholes like that. There are
They're
always.
Yeah, they're called postmen.
-7C is about 20 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly.
Correct. Yeah.
And by the way, Nick Gilder, the reason I know him is because we kind of pretend he's Canadian, even though he's British Canadian, but whatever. It's -16 in Montreal right now, which is 3 degrees for the Americans.
Whoa.
That's mild. This is mild.
Mac, I run an OSE game fortnightly, every 2 weeks. For those who don't understand the term fortnightly, on the Discord, and a lot of people who have featured in the on the channel have become named NPCs in it, and a lot of them are very stereotypical based on their general sort of traits when they appear.
Caricatures.
Caricatures, yes, they're caricatures, such as Omanal tends to talk the PCs to death. There's a kindly old mage called Merlin's de Gandaldor. Saxius. Saxius is the one they've encountered the most, who is a devious tax collector who tries to swindle them out of as much money as possible, and keeps a list of everything, meticulous records. And I added him on last week, so people are going to get their turn. People are going to get added.
I've been to North.
But you know what? It was actually really heartwarming that you decided to add me, because I thought, oh man, I made a good or bad enough impression on him either way that he decided to put me in his world.
Yeah,
That's called Stockholm syndrome, Ahmed.
Yeah.
What? So wait, is he my captor or am I his captor?
Oh, he's captured you. Trust me.
No, I
It's
don't know about
John's
that.
world. We're all just living in it.
Are you sure about that?
100%.
Whatever.
I mean, I kindly disagree. I think my NPC
and that's
just
exactly
does
what
what
an
he wants.
NPC would do, Iman. They would absolutely
Yes.
disagree that they're an NPC. It's okay.
Good. Yes, I'm fitting the character well then. That's perfect, right?
Anyway, you were talking about North Dakota. I know nothing about North Dakota. What's North Dakota like?
I
Flat.
know it's
Saturday
next
night
to
it
South
was
Dakota.
Lots of
Cold and
trees.
flat.
minus 55 with the wind chill.
Yeah, the first time when I took the bus trip from Washington to Maine, we had stops in the Dakotas. It was in the dead of winter, and the highways are really elevated in that area. And I remember just standing out there, and it was the first time I've ever felt cold wind that actually hurt.
Dude, we were driving across North Dakota in July, and we got chased by a thunderstorm. It literally was like just like half a mile behind us the entire run. It was insane.
I'm out here in Missouri, now that I'm in Missouri. I mean, it's like the weather reports are so accurate because you can just see it. It's like there's no guessing. Like when there's mountains and stuff in the way, and you're like, "What's it going to do?" It's just flat. So whatever weather you see miles away coming at you is going to hit you, and then just keep trucking along.
Also, I never saw red lightning before North Dakota. Apparently, you get it on the prairies as well, but that whole area, I'd never seen red lightning in my life until I was in North Dakota. I'm like, what the fuck?
How does it turn red?
Probably
the atmosphere.
due to well, I feel bad for Elfbait for living in misery, but the red lightning is probably due to the grains because they grow a lot of corn and wheat and alfalfa and stuff. It's probably due to the dust from the grains in the air. When you have a lightning strike, it burns it.
Well, if you've ever been through the Dakotas, they're pretty dusty, even just in general.
And it's burning the dust in the air is why it's red. It's still blue on the inside, but since it's igniting the air, that's why it's red.
The more you know. With Daniel.
That is very feasible. That could very well be it. Interesting.
Did you know that there's a part of the world where there really is yellow snow and it's perfectly safe to eat?
Yes, my backyard.
Do. Watch out where the huskies go.
It's caused by pollen.
Yeah.
And it happens, I believe.
What do you got against Poland?
I believe it happens in sort of pine regions.
Correct. Yeah.
Places like Siberia, Canada, places like that.
Fucking heard enough about pine since that Cthulhu book.
I don't know, man. Plenty of evergreen stuff up in Washington. Never seen the yellow snow.
Yeah, I've never seen yellow snow here
I mean,
either.
That's because someone else ate it before you. That's why.
Yellow snow there was because there was a dog or a deer or a bear there.
I was nowhere near it there, okay,
A
man?
real bear, not your fake head.
First of all, you don't know. This could all be CGI.
That's true. It could be a filter.
I'm
And that's
not
the
act-
filter you chose.
I'm not actually a cat. Well, I'm a bear. This is what a good-looking human would look like to me. Big,
True.
hairy, you know.
Him before Bear's just using the old man filter, and he's actually
Yeah,
younger than me.
I know he's rolling, but it sounds like as he's talking to us, he's slowly digging himself out of prison.
I think it sounds like he's like fucking like.
What movie was that? Was that Shawshank Redemption?
That's like every
Yeah.
prison movie, dude. What prison movie isn't it?
A quick question, Iman. Either this is the longest rolling procedure in history, or you're rolling about 5 of them.
Well, it's time for us to have an intervention, buddy.
He's stocking up.
Let's dig in.
It's like meal prep.
No. I'll describe it to you. So basically, I pre-roll my giant, so then I don't have to roll when I'm high, because it's just like you don't want to do anything when you're high. You want to chill, right?
Knowing is half the battle.
Yo, Stone.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, you are planning. You're being.
I don't chain smoke
That's
them
right.
though. Like I do take my time.
Right. Yeah. That's.
Anyway,
why
enough
you-
about me stoner habits.
Right.
Elfbait.
Yes,
When are you gonna run your game?
it starts next Monday.
All right.
I've got my roster filled up at this point. I hadn't heard back from you, man, but so we're at 6. I can probably push it past that, but I don't want to.
Whoa,
Well, then-
Daniel,
Yeah.
Daniel, do you really want to play?
Yeah.
You know what? I joined in just to try and get more players for Eli to help him out and make sure that he got people playing. So if it's a question of having a seat, I will more than happily bow out so you can be in a game, sir.
Oh,
Nothing against you, Eli. I'm just
No. I mean, and honestly, I had maxed myself out at 8 max players because it is OSE, but I'm at 6, which is the comfort zone. But yeah, come on in, man.
So I'll bounce out and you can take my spot, man.
I just hadn't heard from you, man.
Yeah. I've been busy the last couple days.
Oh, Dan, you didn't see the thing that I put in general chat. I put a picture of a shirt and I said, I think you need the shirt.
No, I've been busy between work and my son started his air rifle leg, which is why I'm gonna have to bounce in about 10 minutes to take him
shit.
to that.
Nice.
But yeah, because we rolled up my thief, even made up a storyline, and I'm sorry I forgot to get back to you about it.
No, it's all right. Cool. I was wondering what happened to you, but I figured, you were busy. That's what happens.
So it's Monday night at
Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
all right.
All right. I have a question.
Go on.
What's that Doctor Who thing in the corner?
What's the what thing in the corner?
What's
Who
the
are you
Doctor Who
talking
thing behind you?
What's the duck behind me?
Doctor
Doctor
Who
Who.
thing.
Oh, the Doctor Who thing. That says just a Doctor Who poster that's in my corner there. I haven't yet to hang because I'm in the basement, so my walls are made out of concrete blocks.
Elf bait. Ela,
Yes.
which channel are you gonna have the game on?
Mine. It'll be
Okay.
on Elfbait.
All right.
And,
On your own Discord.
Nope. We'll be streaming it on StreamYards on my channel.
Oh shit, okay. I need to subscribe to your channel. What is it?
Elfbait.
Just Elfbait, cool.
Yeah, you might find there's some other little douche nozzle game streamer kid that had the name before
There's
me.
eyes just lit up then. Oh, Daniel, by the way, if you're curious, the shirt says a woman in every kitchen and a gun in every hand.
Well,
I'll be right back.
I'm normally in the kitchen and I have a gun in every room.
Close enough. Right, I'm done now,
Oh,
so you
that's a
won't hear the
comic one.
freaking rolling
Nice.
sounds anymore.
The problem is my basement is concrete blocks, so it's hard to get anything into them to hang.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, I have a basement, which is cool because it's all mine. I mean, Yog teases me that it's as big as his house, but
It is.
I mean,
It's probably
Jeez, no,
Jesus. Okay, that is a big
that's
space,
bigger than
bro.
my apartment.
yeah,
It's
it's
probably
all
bigger
my
than my
game
house.
space.
Probably bigger than my house.
That is an
Yeah,
entire floor of my house.
It's probably bigger than all three. I mean, my house has officially got 3 floors now because we've had the attic area floorboarded, and it's probably
Oh,
about,
nice.
with that combined, it's about the same size as.
Wait,
Elfbait.
is it an attic or a loft? Yours?
It's a loft. I say attic because we've got Americans here. It's a loft.
Okay.
We use loft in Canada as well.
Okay.
I know what a loft is.
Well, no, an attic is
It's where you
stairs and
put
a
the
loft is a
hay.
ladder, right?
Oh, it's a ladder. It's a ladder. We
Yeah.
used to get up there.
So depending on where in the UK, it's always attic or loft. It depends on how posh you are.
Yeah.
I thought it depended on whether it was stairs to access or a ladder to access.
Grumpy old Slan asked what the square footage is. I've got 50%. It's about 500 square feet.
Jesus Christ!
Because I've got
Fucking
half the
hell, man.
basement, half the basement. The other half is all the utility stuff. My furnace and my washer dryer storage.
That's
The
still
stairs.
250 square foot, though.
No, half of it is 500. The whole basement is 1,000.
Oh, fucking what the fuck?
It's the same.
Seriously.
It's the same footprint as my house, which is about 1,100 square feet.
Jesus.
And I thought I was doing good.
Bro.
I have 4 bed, 2 baths. I thought I was doing good.
You must have tiny little rooms, man, because I barely squeezed 3 bedrooms into this thing.
No, they're
How big are your bedrooms, bro?
they average 12 by 14. The main bedroom upstairs is
Yeah.
probably 13 by 18.
The
How
thing
long is a bed?
My house here though is the first house that we've ever bought. It's the first one we've ever owned, so we've always rented. But most of the apartments we've lived in have been close to or bigger square footage. They cost us a pretty penny.
Yeah.
But
No one likes a braggart, Eli. No
Not
one
bragging.
likes a braggart.
I'm not bragging. I paid through the nose to keep my kids in good school districts and not moving around all the time. So that's why I'm here in Missouri, because I can't pay through the nose anymore.
Well, that's what sucks is I have a house back in Warren, but I'm stuck in Emporium because I got divorced and my kids are here, so I won't move back to Warren.
To put it in perspective, where I moved from on the West Coast, this same house, which I'm going to throw numbers out just for education. I'm not trying to brag or anything. So we paid $165 for this place. The same house would cost $800 in.
But yet, what year was that?
This is a 1950s house, and I bought it last.
No. What year did you
I bought it
buy
last
it?
year. Last year.
You paid 165.
Yes, because it's in fucking Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri. No, it's in Missouri.
No, it's Missouri.
Yeah,
the
but-
state is actually kind of nice and in a lot of ways. But no, but
as
in the Seattle area on the West Coast, this kind of the same. We almost lived in the same place. It was a 1,200 square foot rental that we were renting from friends. It was valued at $800,000, and it's a 1950s brick 1-story without a basement. Now, the cool thing is because this basement isn't finished, they don't count it in the square footage for when you're buying the house.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, so you got a bonus.
Yeah, because if this was carpeted and had the walls treated and everything, then it would have been much more expensive. Like my brother's place, that his whole basement is done in like fake Tudor, timber and
Oh no!
Oh, like a
timbered and
whitewash wooden beam sort of thing.
Yeah, and he's got like a bar down there, and but his house is like $400,000, which is still
Good merry old
insanely
England still.
cheap for an American house.
That's like my first house I bought in '95 for $35,000. My sister lived in Burlington, Vermont, and she came down to visit. And she came up, saw the house. She's like, "What'd you pay for that?" And I told her 35. And it was just 2 bedroom, small little house, nice, hardwood floors, all the borders and stuff are stained hardwood and everything else.
Yeah.
But she's like, where I'm at, this would be 185 at least.
Yeah,
Burlington's beautiful though.
Yeah,
when
and
we
Warren's a sack of shit. So yeah,
and we were in a nice area. When we moved, they were building condos down the street that came in at $1.2 million.
Wow, that's just nuts.
Yeah, it's like why we had to move. Yes, I have all of this, but it's really I had to move 1,000 miles from everything I've ever known.
My
Yeah.
my stepson just bought a house like back in June, and he was living near Harrisburg, but they bought the house closer down to Philly because his fiance is going to be working in a museum down there. So the house they bought, he could have bought for like $185. They spent $265 just because of location.
Yeah,
That's
well,
in-
they're talking
yeah.
about basements too. Like we don't have them back in Washington. Occasionally you'll have them, but the ground is so wet
Oh
and
yeah,
it's so hilly and
Yeah.
stuff that it's
yeah.
pointless. Best you'll usually have is houses that are built into a hill, and so the lower floor is maybe half a story underground,
Yeah.
and then the rest of
Yeah.
the house creeps up. My friend, when I was growing up, had this awesome house. It was on a corner where you had this street that came up kind of really, really shallow, and then there was an intersection with this really steep climb, and it created this weird corner lot. And his parents built this house that was like 3-4 stories tall, and you entered through the top of it on the higher road across this
And
bridge that had a
then when-
tree growing through the center of it, walked into the top of their house, and then proceeded to go down to their house just to all the
Cool.
different floors. It was all cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But everything's on a
Vancouver's
hill
like
there.
that. Vancouver's like that. You don't see a lot of full basements. They're all, half out of the ground, basically.
If you find basements in Washington, it's usually the older Victorian houses, and
Yeah.
it's generally like a converted carriage house. Like our farmhouse that I grew up in had a basement because it was a farmhouse. You had to have your root cellar and your coal burning furnace down there, all that shit.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I
But
know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, but yeah, it's different. I mean, over there, if you had a basement, it was something amazing. But no, we were just economically kind of pushed out of the area.
Anthony here is talking about something about benefits people to living around theme parks in terms of property.
Oh, that spikes up the value.
Does it spike up the value? Because he says here apparently the big corporations that run the theme parks pay a lot of this.
Yeah, because they want their employees to live close by. If you go to Anaheim, a lot of the housing around Disneyland is park employees.
Right. Okay. That happened here in Birmingham. Cadbury, the chocolate makers, the whole of the area of Bourneville are houses built by the Cadbury family for their workers.
That's right. Yeah, that is right.
Bear, you know Cyberpunk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trauma Team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the meme that went up that Amazon announced they're going to be selling primary care insurance?
No.
And then so it's like it has a legit Amazon's going to be selling primary care insurance, and then it fades to a Trauma Team logo with Cyberpunk music playing.
Jesus Christ.
If you don't know, so John, in Cyberpunk,
Love that game.
you can
Talking about the game, yeah.
You can buy I'm talking about the tabletop game. I don't, fuck the
Oh,
computer game.
okay.
But you can buy your character can pay for a Trauma Team membership, which is essentially if you get in trouble, you break a little card and they come flying to you and take you out. They actually are an armed response recovery and medical team. If you're poor, you get an REO meat wagon contract.
The thing with Trauma Team is that when they arrive, they will fucking pacify the LZ. So if your friends are standing around, they'll get fucking mowed down by their fucking
unless they're identified. Yeah. We in one of our games, we actually had the team ran afoul of Trauma Team. They actually were on Trauma Team's hit list, and they didn't realize it. And so they're under fire by a corporate entity. They don't know who it is exactly. And they're getting blitzed. And one of the players all right, I'm going to break my card. She goes off and they hear over the speaker, "We are Trauma Team." They're we're fucked.
Going back to Cadbury's and stuff.
Yeah. Let's talk about Cadbury.
Yes.
One note is it's one of the few city areas, I think probably the only city district in any major city in Britain that has no pubs whatsoever.
Mm.
Because the
Is that true?
The Cadbury family were Quakers.
Bourneville.
Bourneville has no pubs.
Oh, were they? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Well,
They
someone's
were Quakers.
weed's kicking in.
They were Quakers, and Quakers don't drink, so there were no pubs whatsoever.
What,
They
sorry?
find a
Did
lot-
you say bear?
Nothing. I said nothing. What are you talking about?
I haven't even gone out to the shed yet. Fuck off.
All right, well,
But you'll find a big ring of pubs around the outside of Bourneville.
So here in Montreal, there's a neighborhood called Verdun, and Verdun for the longest time had no bars. There was no bars in Verdun, but LaSalle next to it on one side and Point St. Charles on the other side, like literally where the street that marked the boundary between those two, on the opposite side of the street, bars. And
Yes.
this is the way it was.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's like around Bourneville.
I'm gonna bounce, guys.
Right, okay, so that's where they got
All
the
right,
name
cheers,
of the
Daniel.
chocolate from then.
Yeah.
Later, DK.
Have a
Or
good
did wait, so the area was first and then the chocolate came second?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Bourneville chocolate is named after the area. Yeah.
Never really liked Bourneville.
Because basically, Mr. Cadbury started on a small street in Birmingham city centre called Bull Street.
The quality street factories in Halifax near me.
I used to play cricket regularly against a Bourneville cricket team that played in the shadow of the chocolate factory. They didn't have anyone called Charlie.
Shadow of the Chocolate Factory. That sounds like an awesome Cthulhu adventure.
Absolutely. But while we were playing cricket, the smell of chocolate would waft across the cricket pitch.
Oh man. Oh.
Ah, yes. We're playing cricket. Good evening, Slan.
All the bases were.
Hey, Slan.
Good evening. Slan, you're echoing. Slan, you're echoing.
I know you don't have bases.
Slan, you're echoing. Slan, you're echoing.
No, he's got the stream open at the same time. That's what it is.
Yeah, it should be better now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, sir. No, I'm still
Oh,
here.
fuck. No, it's not.
How about now?
That's
Test.
test.
No, still hearing it.
Still here. Where?
Are you on your phone?
No, I'm not.
Are you in Europe? Do you need an
That's
adapter?
very strange.
Are you in Europe? Do you need an adapter?
Are you in danger? Say yes if you are.
Blink twice if you need assistance.
Even out when somebody sounds like they're on speakerphone.
Yeah. I don't understand why.
Are
Could
we gonna
be
get
your webcam
Slan?
mic is also on at the same time as your headset. That happened to me
Yeah, hold on.
No
because there's a
worries.
slight delay.
Yeah, maybe his headset's loud enough that his microphone's picking up what he's hearing as well.
What usually happens to me though is my computer will turn on my webcam mic and my headset mic at the same time.
Yeah, I've had that before.
Oh. It's a computer user thing. I'm a mobile user, you see. Peasant.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, but the lovely humble
Okay.
beginnings of Bourneville was in a small street in Birmingham city centre.
Was indeed. That's where the chocolate began. Chocolate that I can't eat a lot of anymore. 'Cause It
Chocolate.
makes me go bad.
What a shame.
I do not like it.
But it only has like a bit of milk in it. Surely you can get away with it, right?
I can get away with a little bit. Not very much. So, Slan, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream.
How's it going?
Are you with us?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
I have been really enjoying the videos coming through on your channel. Seeing the Metal Hurlant and then also the French gaming magazine was really cool.
Oh, thank you.
It's content you're not going to find anywhere.
It's really funny because the Metal Hurlant is the most watched stuff I have, and I think the Jeux et Stratégie stuff is the least watched stuff I have.
Well, I'm sure there's plenty of American heavy metal fans that are
Oh, I'm sure that's
just
what it is.
absolutely like somebody's covering Metal Hurlant, and I know
Yeah.
I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I don't speak French, nor do I even pretend to.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. We all know what you mean.
Middle Hurland.
It's good that you found something different to cover on your channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's that was part of it, and the playlist is called "Getting Ideas and Inspiration" because maybe a story's not that good, or maybe whatever, but there's some idea, something you can use there.
Hey, I've been binging Savage Sword of Conan in prep for the campaign. I'm on issue 121.
You should do a video on those.
Oh fuck! How many times do I have to do? Oh look, there's a snake. Oh look, there's another snake. I just got done reading an issue where he runs into snakes 3 times in the same adventure.
He's your name Indiana, why you're scared of him.
I'm working on the next Weird Tales, and I've decided at the end of the video I'm going to do how many apes, monkeys, and ape men, how many cats, and Jesus. How many Chinamen or Asians are in this issue. Because, and what's really funny is that what gave me the idea is that in their little editorial they say, we noticed that there are a lot of cats and Chinamen in these stories of the weird and the fantastic. Are we the only ones who've noticed this?
Well, you have to also figure that at a certain point in time when a lot of those stories were written, and then later it turned into comics, the Chinese were the villain du jour for a lot of
interesting,
especially if you needed a mystical exoticized villain.
Yeah,
I believe the word you're looking for.
But what's interesting? Yeah. What's interesting is there's a couple of stories where the Chinese person is actually one of the good guys or helps the good guys.
Well, there's always a good one.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, though? It's a mixed bag that way. But I think it has to do with you're looking for an exotic setting. You're looking for something really different. And, it's 100 years ago, quite literally.
Yeah.
There's fewer and fewer places, like North America by then is fairly well known. There's still some places in South America and in Africa and in Asia. And Asia is the big civilization that is very unknown.
Yeah. I jokingly, for the folks in my campaign, I did a slideshow of like the rules of adventuring in Savage Sword and Sorcery, and it's like if there's water, there's something in it. There's always a snake.
Animals are going to be.
That. Well, it's literally there's like comic where like Conan's cruising around with a bunch of guys, and he's like, "Stop!" And they're like, "What is it?" He throws a rock into the water, and then the next frame is the water rippling, and the next panel is the water starting to bubble, and the next panel is something starting to rise out of it, and all of a sudden, there's a fucking dinosaur in the water.
Was it about roughly in the 50s that the Russians replaced the
Cold War? Yeah.
Yes. The Russians. I can't do a Russian accent at all.
The thing about the Far East is that it's not so much that it's the villain; it's that it's the source of the unknown. It's the exotic place that has ancient knowledge. Yes.
Yeah, it was the fetishized Asian, and whether that was positive or negative. Yeah.
And also, the term wasn't Asian; it was Oriental.
I know. I'm just,
and of course, throughout time, some of the greatest villains have been British.
Of course, because
the Germans have you beat hands down.
Yeah, but even in movies, the Germans are played by British actors with British accents.
Because German actors would be a pain in the ass to work with.
And we're not. Oh, thank you, Bear.
British, oh God, no. British are insanely professional
One of
to work
the
with.
best but worst movies I ever saw. There's a movie called The Bunker, horror, like World War II style horror movies. There's a movie called The Bunker. Have you ever seen The Bunker? It's really cool movie, but these guys who are supposedly SS guys who are like shell shocked and fleeing, who are like deserted the front and everything, kind of doing the retreat, who stumble into this Eastern European bunker, are all speaking with like not just British accents, but a couple of them have like Cockney accents and stuff. Like, I do not believe that you are a Heinz Gruber.
all played by Michael Caine wannabes.
Kind of. It's a great movie because the whole thing is that if you ever have a chance to watch it and you like horror movies, by the time the movie's over, you're not quite sure if there ever actually was a paranormal element or if they were just, so cracked out on methamphetamines and terror and sleep dep that they were just hallucinating it all.
They never come out with a comment about there being thousands of Zulus.
Thousands.
Zulus, thousands of them. Yes.
I know there was a brief time where all the villains were South African.
Yeah,
it's so cold in Montreal.
Yes. And with that, Slam kills conversation.
Yeah.
yeah.
Great.
No, it wasn't you.
How much XP do I get for that?
1.
The conversation wasn't that good. It's only worth 10 XP.
You only have a level 0 creature with 1 hit point. You got 1 XP for that.
You effectively boiled the anthill of conversation.
How much did we get for the dark humor jokes earlier? How much XP did we get for those?
Negative.
Minus.
Okay, I held off on this, but since we brought it up again, I'm going to tell you my 2 favorite dark humor jokes of all time.
Oh.
Offensive. If you don't appreciate dark humor, they may upset you. So if you're watching and dark humor upsets you, please look away.
Please stop being a snowflake. Anyway, carry on.
How is dark humor like Make-A-Wish Foundation children?
I've heard this one, but I can't remember the punchline.
Never gets old. And the last one. How is dark humor like the cure for a disease? Not everyone gets it. You can pretty much gauge a room with those 2 jokes real fast. What are you making coffee now, Shed? What the fuck?
Tea.
Jesus Christ. Man just lives his life while he's on your stream.
You hear his car start driving.
Right. I could start.
You're checking out at the self-checkout. Boop, boop, boop.
I could start a debate here if you want. What's the proper way to make a cup of tea, everyone?
Reminds me of this one day at work. So I route field technicians, right? And so I'm often talking to them while they're in the field doing their jobs. And I'm talking to this guy, and we need to go through this verification process with the customer. And I'm like, and I'm getting this weird vibe off him. I'm like, are you there with the customer? He's like, yeah, I'm there with the customer. And then I hear the drive-through speaker kick in. He's like clearly not there with the customer. He's in the drive-through, like ordering his lunch or whatever. I'm like, unless you have the customer in your truck, which is a whole other issue.
Caught in 4K.
No, this is funny because I'm like, you're full of it, dude. I'm not. No.
Yeah, I'm with the customer right now. Welcome to Wendy's.
Is the customer at work? Are you? No.
That's funny.
So how do you make a proper cup of tea there, Iman?
Yeah, no, I was asking other people because there's a debate in England about the proper way to make a cup of tea.
What's the debate?
Right. Some people put milk in first.
Milk first? No, never milk first.
Thank you. Yes, I'm glad you agree, John. Thank you.
Tea and boiling water. Leave it for about at least 30 seconds.
You have to let it brew or steep first.
Give the tea bag a good squeeze. Then you add the sugar and you stir, and then you add however much milk or whatever type of milk you want to taste and keep stirring.
Exactly how I
After
do it,
the
John.
steeping, I'm out. That's it. I take it straight. No milk.
And that's fine. If you have black tea, that's the way to have it still, right? So you're not even in the debate because you don't use milk.
No, but the question is, if you put milk in afterwards, what's the point of boiling the kettle? Because you're cooling the water by putting the milk in.
No, you're not.
No.
That's
The
how
idea is
thermodynamics works. Yes, you are.
the idea is
Well,
the tea
no,
brews
because
better.
if you put the
The
milk
tea
in
brews
first
better
and then
with
put the water in afterwards, it still cools the water down. Doesn't
The
make a
milk
difference
cools the
which way you
water.
do it.
The milk cools the water, which means
It's
the
going to cool off
tea's
either way,
weaker.
unless you're heating up your
Yes,
milk.
so it brews less strongly.
You
No, but
get
with
stronger
coffee,
tea
with
faster.
coffee, I don't know if
with
it's the same with tea,
boiling
but with
water.
coffee, if you put your milk first and then add the coffee, it actually doesn't do the same effect on cooling as if you put the milk after you pour the coffee.
Yeah, but that's coffee. Coffee dissolves. Tea doesn't dissolve.
Okay, it's still boiling hot water at the end of the day, bro.
Yeah, but the fact that the coffee dissolves in the milk changes the chemical structure, whereas tea doesn't dissolve in.
I'm one of those snooty West Coasters. All my coffee has hot steamed milk in it.
Well, my grandmother, who was Irish, taught me, she said, milk is for tea, cream is for coffee. Don't be a savage.
I am.
The only milk I can drink is the non-milk milk, the fake milk, because of the lactose.
The ancestors were weak, and they handed down their weakness to you. Now milk can make you die.
It does.
Oh, you cannot drink the milk, you eat the cheese, you get farty. Don't come near me, farty boy.
Yeah. If oat milk is not available, I'll have my tea black. Thank you very much.
Oh,
my brother drinks oat milk in his coffee.
Serapis, we don't tell people their grandmothers were wrong, you fucking Aussie prick. We don't do that in Canada, sir. We say, well, that's nice that your grandmother thought that. And then we move on with our day.
In Canada, you say that to my face, eh?
Bloody
I like
Australian.
if I have a flavoured tea, I like a drop of honey in it, Mobius. A drop of honey in a flavoured tea is nice.
See, my palate either wrecked or whatever. Or tea just tastes like dirt water to me all the time, and I know I'm insulting an entire nation plus half the world.
Plus the
Some people think the same thing about coffee.
I know.
I was going to say
actually,
that's what I think of
the thing
coffee.
is, I didn't drink coffee either until I started working security. So,
see, I can drink black coffee if I have to, but I can't drink black tea.
I don't drink black coffee. No. I
mean, no, but if I have to, it's not my preference, but I cannot drink black tea. There's just something missing.
Yeah, I like iced tea. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like iced tea is good. So.
Back to Serapis telling my grandmother was wrong. I saw someone put cream in tea one time, and I was just shocked. Like my brain couldn't get around the idea of putting.
Cream tea, yeah.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
You don't need the milk or cream ever properly dissolves in tea. It's an emulsion rather than a proper solution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but Iman told me earlier.
Together,
Now I know it, and I believe you because Iman said it, so it must be true.
Said what?
Yeah,
Sorry?
it's a grandma thing.
I do not care what people like. I just never was able to acquire the taste for tea. It just never grew on me.
I prefer herbal teas.
I drink on average about 3 pints of tea a day.
Oh yeah, I mean
the aftertaste that tea
on a good day
isn't as nice as the coffee aftertaste.
3 pints?
Yeah, roughly. About 7 or 8 mugs.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it's about 6 cups minimum, isn't it?
I start my day with a quad shot and then have about 2 more throughout the rest of the day.
That's
what
about how
quad
much,
shots you mean?
John, what's your at-rest
quad shot of espresso?
Oh, what? Like?
So if you're drinking that much tea, what's your at-rest heart rate like?
Quite low.
I don't believe you. If you're drinking 3 pints of tea, caffeinated tea?
Yeah, caffeinated tea. Yeah, tea's not as bad as coffee.
Tea has more caffeine than coffee.
No, it has less.
It actually depends on the tea,
and
how you brewed it, and the blend.
Yeah, and the also the roasting of the coffee too.
Typically, my at-rest
Oh
heart
yeah,
rate is
no.
about-
Dark roast coffee has very little caffeine compared to light roast coffees. That's the biggest.
You ever had white coffee before? That stuff will get you going.
My
Dude, I wish
resting
the
heart
Keurig.
Yeah,
My
white
resting heart
coffee
rate
is weird. It tastes like nuts. Like
my resting heart rate is typically between 55 and 60.
What kind of tea do you drink?
That's really good for your age, John.
Yeah.
No offense.
Wow, the young.
No, because my resting heart rate is about 49, 50.
I just drink various British brands of sort of breakfast tea type things.
It's a breakfast tea, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my drink is called Yorkshire tea. You might have it over there.
Yorkshire tea's nice. Yeah, I like a bit of Yorkshire tea. Yeah. We don't buy it very often here, but I have it in the shop.
Yeah, can't beat the tea brewed made by chimps.
PG, it's the taste.
I used to drink gunpowder.
Guys, my shed is frozen shut. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
Well, we know where
Where
you're
you live now.
tonight.
John, do you ever drink gunpowder tea?
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
It's a
very
black,
good.
black tea. Like it is, black as pitch. It is good, but boy, oh boy, it's like comparable to a good strong coffee when it comes to its caffeine
Right.
count.
Gunpowder tea.
Yeah.
Basically
I've not heard of
drinking
Yeah,
tar.
that's true. Dirty History just said the point that's really good about the differences between tea and coffee.
What is it?
Well, they're pound for pound, they're about the same amount of caffeine overall, depending on the brewing process, because depending how they do it, it'll bleed out the caffeine, right? The roasting process, sorry. But
Yeah.
you do drink more coffee per weight in the cup than you use tea. So that is a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, especially if you're drinking espresso like I do, where you pack it into your little cup and then
Well,
brew it.
and then instant coffee has less caffeine than fresh ground coffee as well.
No, I'm talking about, just if we're talking about volume,
Yeah,
'cause you
yeah,
get-
because espresso is like that's one of the bigger myths that espresso is full of caffeine.
Oh,
It's
no,
about the same as a cup of coffee.
it's about the same. It's just more
Yeah.
concentrated.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't know,
it had the
my
same
favorite
amount in
And
less.
I'm putting 4
Yeah.
of those in my morning coffee, and then milk.
My favorite thing the Italians ever did when it came to coffee was the term Americano, which is basically them laughing at Americans who can't handle espresso, that they have to put the shot in and then put like a fucking cup and a half of water on top of it. They're like, Americano. Like it's like an insult for them.
Yeah.
In Italy, how many Starbucks are there in Italy?
I don't think there is any, is there?
There's none.
One.
Yeah,
You know where it
One?
is? You know where it is?
probably the airport.
It's
Next
on
to
the,
the American
other
Embassy.
side of customs at the Rome airport. Like you have to be
Yeah.
leaving the country to be able to access the Starbucks. That's how. Could you imagine someone trying?
Oh
to
yeah,
go
and
to
they're like
Starbucks in
dirt
Italy?
cheap there too. In Italy, you go for an espresso and stuff like that. It's like over here in the U.S. Obviously, you go to any kind of a Starbucks, you're like $5-6 a coffee.
Insane.
That's why I have my own machine.
There's $5-6 for something that can't even be classified as real coffee by the Italians.
What?
Dr. Gorchev just sent me something horrific.
Oh,
Want to share with the group?
Terrible.
I'll ask him if I'm allowed to share it. Hang on. Oh, it's dark. I'm warning you now. It's extremely dark.
As dark as
I'm
Eli's
not-
morning coffee.
My coffee's
like
not
that.
dark because there's a shit ton of milk in it too. Steamed milk.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was
I
a
like-
straight 4 espresso.
Steamed milk and a shot of vanilla. Because I drink snooty, fruity coffee. I used to drink peppermint mochas too all the time.
Peppermint mocha. Fucking hell, mate. Extra.
Yeah, the funny thing is, if you really think about it, like a mocha or a latte or everything is the ultimate like kick in the pants to your body. It's like, hey, here's a bunch of caffeine and some warm milk. Wake up, but go to sleep.
But doesn't a mocha have chocolate in it as well?
Mocha also has chocolate, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I used to go when I was in Vancouver. There was a place called JJ Bean, which was a chain of coffee shops, and they had the best fucking mocha I ever had in my life. It was insane how good it was. But now, like all that shit, I can't touch anymore. I just drink coffee at home. I got my blend I buy, and it works perfectly, and I'm happy with it.
almost
Yeah, that's fair.
20 years ago. So in 20 years ago money, I used to have a $50 a week coffee habit. And that's not
That's
including
insane.
the freebies that I used to get from the baristas. So
Okay.
Some
So do you want me to tell you,
for
John?
inflation.
Do you want me to tell you what he said? What he showed me?
What?
Okay, I don't know where he got this from. I don't know who said it. Okay, I don't know what name is attached to it or anything like that. So I'm just going to read it to you. Someone said, "I hope Bumblefish there, whatever the fuck the term you used for him earlier was,
Cockwomble.
Cockwomble, suddenly clutches his chest in a live stream someday and just slumps down in the middle of it. Just 12 hours of his slowly cooling body until the medical examiner's people turn off the
Jesus, Victor.
stream. No, he didn't write this. He's not. He didn't
Whoa.
found it.
Okay.
But it's just like, oh fuck, that's dark.
It is. It is. That is dark. And we
Yeah.
wouldn't wish that on anybody. We wouldn't wish that on anybody.
No,
Yeah.
but that is dark. But I'm just
It's
saying,
dark.
like,
It's dark. It's proper dark humor.
it's proper dark humor. Like, holy
Yeah.
fuck.
That's not dark humor. That's dark web humor.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
there a difference? I was unaware.
That's the kind of shit you'd see on the dark web, isn't it?
No,
That's the kind
that's
of shit I would see on Twitter.
Maybe.
or some stand-up routines.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Or on some what?
Stand-up routines.
Yeah. Sadly.
Right. Anyway, on that note, we have reached pumpkin hour.
Pumpkin spice lattes. which I detest, by the way. Those are vulgar.
You're a teenage girl.
What?
Yeah, basically.
No,
Nothing.
I
said nothing.
absolutely hate that shit. It's like
That's
it's foul.
That's what we call a basic bitch coffee.
Yeah, but hey,
Well, it's
look,
like
there's
it's
some,
like that
there's some lingo
meme.
we have in common.
It's like that meme where it's the girl with the mocha frappa hoo hoo from Starbucks. And it's, I love coffee. No, Helen, you love dessert. Like, you know.
Yeah, true.
Oh shit! Okay, you win. That's pretty fucking dark. Yeah, you started
And on
this today,
that-
John. Don't sigh exasperately.
Yeah, but I never wish harm on anybody.
No, but you started the hate today, so it's okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't start it. I was just reacting to what was given out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't start it. Some other guy started
We
it.
didn't invade your country. It's just that you killed the governor we left behind, so we had to come in and keep the peace. That's all that happened. Nothing personal.
Yeah.
Also, you have lighter skin, so we're going to put you in charge. My God, these roads are awful. Can we build some roads? Your children don't know how to read. We're going to put some schools in. My Lord, it's hot here. We'll need air conditioning and plumbing, I suppose, as well. Yes. This is Steve. He's going to stay in charge and make sure all your resources keep flowing to our island. Beautiful. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye. Welcome to the Commonwealth.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, as someone living in a Commonwealth country.
I think you're probably wealthier than us right now, though.
No.
Similar shit state. Yeah.
What, you mean the country's economy or like personally?
Literally, we have a
The
conservative
country.
guy running, and the Liberal Party that's been ruining the country for 8 years economically is trying to invoke, well, he's just going to bring Trump politics to Canada, and like all the voters are going, yeah, okay, and like we've had 8 years of your shit, we're good. You know, we'd like some money back in our pockets, please. Like it's
Yeah.
insane what's going on here. It's insane.
Hey, John, did you know Rishi Sunak sent some fucking jets to bomb Yemen?
Some jets.
Or some whatever to bomb Yemen.
Yeah.
I know that
Egypt,
Yemen.
I
I
imagine.
know that Yemen have been the Houthis in Yemen have been bombed recently because they were bombing neutral ships going
Yeah,
through the Red
civilian
Sea.
ships. Yeah.
Piracy and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So they've been hitting a lot of commercial ships going through the Red Sea. So a coalition has moved to stop them. The reason I knew that this sort of thing was happening quite a while ago because our supplies at the shop began drying up. So we get a lot shipped in from China in the shop,
Oh.
and suddenly all the things we used to buy, were buying often were 3 or 4 weeks late. Why? Oh. We took a look at the shipping lane. Oh.
As if buying off wishes are long enough.
Anyhow, right. On this sort of note, before we go into anything we don't particularly want to get into, I will call an end to tonight's stream. It's just been an absolute nonsense ramble, to be honest.
Don't
We.
Don't diminish it. It was good.
My hovercraft
It
is
was.
full of eels.
Would you like to go back to my place? Bouncy, bouncy.
Your hovercraft is full of eels, Slam. Why?
You're talking about nonsense.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. Absolutely perfect. Your hovercraft is full of eels. Yes, indeed.
Very eels.
Marvelous. I thought you were doing some dodgy sort of translation.
No. No.
Monty
Reading
Python.
one of his damn French magazines again.
It is. Yeah.
He's reading Metal Hurlant. That could very well be a panel in a comic. My hovercraft is full of eels.
It's from Monty Python, guys.
From
It's
Monty
some
Python.
guy selling dodgy Turkish to English translation books, and the guy walks into the chemist and he's like, "My hovercraft is full of eels.
Full of eels.
Would you like to come back to my place? Bouncy, bouncy." And like,
I seem to have missed that one.
it's funny.
Yes,
Good.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Actually, it's
Well-
the end scene where the guy asks for directions and is answered with complete nonsense and responds with "thank you" and actually does the right thing.
Oh, England.
Yeah.
England, yes, England, fair England. Anyway, thank you to everybody who's been in my on my stream tonight. We had Daniel on earlier who came and went, and Slan dived into his grave as quickly as he possibly could. Then we've got Bear. Tell us about your channel.
Let me clutch my chest and keel over.
Okay. Well, there's two
Make
channels.
sure to live stream it for us for 12 hours.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Bear.
This is why
The floor
cameras
is
help,
yours.
gentlemen, because you can see people. Anyway, two channels. One is TSRPG, the Society of Role-Playing Gamers. We're going to have the 4-Color Cafe tonight where they're going to try and convince me Battletech's a good idea. Good luck. And then there's my personal channel, which is at Bear the Gen X GM, where I talk shit and don't care about things. So, if you want to subscribe to either of those, go ahead. If you don't,
Okay.
cool.
Okay. Elfbait?
My channel's Elfbait, and mostly a lot of streaming. On Sundays when I'm not appearing here. I'm trying to get some more videos out, but I do have a streamed game coming out next Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Will it feature role playing?
It will. Role playing and gaming.
In 4D.
And it but no, it's sort of a savage sword and sorcery kind of a campaign set in my own homebrew world, because that's how I roll. But yeah, it's we'll see how it goes.
Okay, excellent. Slan?
My channel is Grumpy Old Slan. I look at old issues of Metal Hurlant. I look at old issues of Weird Tales. I look at currently I'm doing the spells from Unearthed Arcana, and whatever random stuff takes my fancy, really.
I included your redoing of the maps of a module that I don't like,
Yeah, that too.
because it's a D&D module which has sci-fi in it. And Iman, you have a channel now.
I do, yes. My channel name is Intellectual Quandary. I currently do live streams on Sundays around 4 or 5 o'clock, so feel free to pop in.
At the same time as
And I
Elfbait.
do gaming content. At the moment, it's Metal Gear Solid.
I have to have you both on at the same
Do
time.
upload for Metal Gear Solid before I move on to another game.
Well, good thing you have that shiny new computer with its big processor now, John.
I do. And Joker, you don't do streaming or anything like that. You just turn up and play our games on a Saturday, don't you?
Indeed. And other days.
And other days now, yes. Good man. Right, thank you all for taking part. It has just been a random chat tonight. No structure at all. Of course, we had a little bit of a reaction to something that's been happening at the start, and we said our piece on that. And I think that piece has been said. That piece has been well and truly said.
I gotta bounce. See you guys.
Cheers, Elfmate.
What a cockwomble. Not Eli, the other guy.
No, and everybody in chat, thank you for joining in. Whoever's channel you've been joining in on, because I can see that people have been coming in on both. Eli's and Bear's channel because they're both simul streaming. We didn't get the maid joining us tonight. He's obviously not back from herding cats, which is a shame. But otherwise, he would have streamed as well. But cheers, thank you everybody in chat for contributing. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. We'll have something a bit more constructive, a bit more structured next week, to be dissected by whoever wants to dissect it. I mean, it's there to be dissected. That's why we're out there on the internet. We get dissected. Like frogs in
Not painfully,
Must have been the
hope.
same.
like frogs in a school biology lab. That's what we are.
School implies knowledge, therefore you're wrong.
Okay, sorry.
So I had
Anyway.
flowers and bananas when I was at school.
You should put bananas. And on that note, we will end this stream here because I have got work in the morning. And the morning is but 8 hours away in terms of going to work for me. Because I live in Britain where the time is correct. Good night.